Okay, remember, okay, the first level, okay, where you need to extract from here. Okay, then this is the second level. You have to go back. Okay, so you need to extract the second layer. Okay, once you extract the second layer, okay, then only you can do the auto run. Okay, so previously it's not worked, all right, because you all, okay, you all like, double click your zip file. Okay, you have double click the zip file. Okay, and then do the installation from here. Okay, if you're doing installation while, okay, the file is still under this format, okay, you can't. All right, so that is why, okay, usually you have a on top here, okay, add extract to. All right, so you just have to click on extract to, so that they will extract the file on your local drive. Okay, so try out. Okay, for sure, okay, it will work. All right, okay, so let's continue. Okay, on your chat box, okay, I have provided with you all two files, okay, file 1 and file 2. Okay, so it's generally okay, the first file, okay, it's actually some kind of a product files. Okay, so okay, obviously, okay, we see how, okay, whether if we can able to start this, okay, this task today. Okay, if you're not, then it's not an issue, because we always can okay, we can do it on next week as well. All right, but as I said, okay, let's complete a few things first. All right, before we can move to the next level. Okay, so this working file, so just make sure that you download, and then you keep it on your desktop. All right, so when we require, okay, of course we will use that. Okay, so okay, I'm just going to say this. Okay, I will resend again. Okay, otherwise, okay, I will put on the what do you call, on the WhatsApp group. Okay, so okay, let me. All right. Okay, so there's two files. Okay, file 1 and file 2. All right. So okay, I already put on the chat box. All right, on the Zoom chat box. So try to click, and then that will come there. Okay, I'm just need to do some cleanup here. Okay, just give me about 2 minutes. All right. Okay, so okay, I'm not going to let it be over this one over here.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Okay. Initially, before a break, we learn how to create design without the background.
Okay.
Okay. So what happened if the design we have ready the design, but it's with background. Now we want to remove the background.
Yeah. That's why we are going to do that now.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Okay. So for the next section here. Okay. I hope that you all have download. Okay. I use this. Okay. I'm always use this file. All right. It's just too easy to okay, explain more details. All right. Okay. For this, we have like a few things. Okay. One. Okay. Removing the background. Okay. So you all can see it. Okay. You all can how to remove the background. Okay. That's the first thing. Okay, and the second thing is, okay, how you're going to apply another background. Okay, how you're going to apply another background. Okay, so that is the okay, that's what I'm going to share with you now. Okay, so okay, one thing that you all need to know, all right, whenever that you open up any image file, okay, let's say you download any images file, okay, from Pexel or Pixel, Pixabay, all right, so any other places, okay, the JPEG file, okay, especially the JPEG file, okay. Okay, if you're not able to see my screen, okay, just let me know, okay, so all right, okay. And sometimes, okay, we want to remove the background. Okay, we want to remove the background. Okay, so before we are going to remove the background, okay, that's one thing which is I really need to want to share with you all. Okay, this file here. Okay, you see, whenever that you all open a JPEG file, the first file is always be locked. Okay, the first file, okay, is always be locked. All right. So when it's locked, okay, generally you can't do anything. Okay, you can't move the file. Okay, you see here, I tried to move the file. Okay, it can't. Okay, I really can't do that. Okay, so and in fact, okay, there is a, like sometimes there's an eraser tool. Okay, we have an eraser tool. Okay, so okay, so there's an eraser tool. All right, of course, yeah. Okay, so you see. Okay, see when you're using eraser tool, okay, so what happened here is, all right, uh, it's just removing the entire screen. Okay, it's actually it's removing all the background. Okay, and also the person. Okay, like what you are seeing here. Okay, it's actually is just interrupting the entire image. Always remember Photoshop. Okay, we call it as a non-destructive tool. Okay, we call it as a non-destructive tool. Okay, so
What's
what is
that?
mean?
Okay.
Yes.
I was just beginning to ask what's that?
Okay. That's why I'm going to explain that. Okay, what is mean by non-destructive tool? Okay, the non-destructive tool means is, okay, whenever that you want to do an edit, all right, you should not permanently remove the background. Okay, anything, okay, whether you want to, you want to extract, okay, the person, okay, that you are seeing here, okay, or you want to remove the background, okay, you should not permanently remove the background. Okay, so what's meant by permanently remove the background? Okay, so like for example, okay, so let's say, all right, if I'm just using the eraser tool, okay, see when I use a eraser tool, so it is like, permanently removing the background. Okay, which is I really don't want that happen. Okay, the reason because you always have to make sure, okay, you can reuse back the file or you can reuse back this image as much as you can. Okay, so like for example, let's say if you already remove the background, okay, so it's very difficult for you to get it back. All right, so this is not a proper way for you to do the editing. Okay, so for example, okay, we have a few selection tool. Okay, we have a few selection tool. Okay, the first one, okay, the first selection tool, okay, we have a rectangular. Okay, we have a rectangular marquee tools. Okay, we have a elliptical marquee tools. Okay, single row and a single column marquee tools. Okay, we don't use much. All right, so whatever that I'm going showing, showing today now, all right, is most of the, mostly the important tool. Okay, so the rectangular marquee tools and the elliptical marquee tools, okay, it's very important. All right, so what's this purpose? Okay, the rectangle marquee tools, the rectangle marquee tools got two purposes. Okay, the first purpose, okay, is to do a selection. Okay, we can do the selection. Okay, so for example, okay, I can, all right, I can just select the, okay, like up to here. Okay, so for example, I just draw like something like how we draw the rectangle box. Okay, so I can just simply click over here. All right, so I can just go to edit, copy, all right, and let's say, okay, I'm just going to somewhere like empty screen and edit, and I paste it. Right, so this is something like we call as a for the marquee tools. All right, so the marquee tools, so generally, okay, you can do the selection. Okay, so same goes to the elliptical marquee tools. All right, so again, the elliptical marquee tools, all right, okay, when you do a selection by using the elliptical marquee tools, all right, or rectangle marquee tools, okay, you see here, all right, the first thing here, okay, the first thing, I'm just using a mouse. Okay, I'm using a mouse. Okay, I'm not click anywhere, anything. Okay, I didn't click the keyboard. All right, I'm just selecting my elliptical marquee tools. All right, and then using my mouse. All right, and then I just, you know, just draw like a circle. All right, so the circle over here, okay, meaning that I'm going to select the only this area. Okay, I'm only going to select only this area. Okay, so let's say I go to edit, copy. Okay, go back to my empty, empty artboard. Go to edit and paste it. All right. So anything, all right, which is I just created something like this. All right. I'm just selecting the inner part. Okay, only this area. Okay, the rest I didn't select it. Okay, the rest I didn't select. Okay, so this is what we call as a destructive way of doing the Photoshop. Okay, so of course, all right, our ultimate thing is, okay, I just want to select the center part. Okay, whichever that you are seeing here. All right, which is okay, the rest of it, okay, I don't want. Okay, I don't want. All right, so if I going to use this method, okay, I'm using my elliptical. All right, just draw the circle, copy, and then I paste it over here. Okay, it's still, it's nothing wrong. Okay, it's nothing wrong to do that. Okay, but generally we already dispose this image. Okay, if you're, let's say, if we are not able to retrieve back the background, okay, if we are not able to retrieve back the background permanently, so it's considered as a destructive. So this is where, okay, usually we all using a masking skill. Okay, we all using the masking skill. Okay, we will have a very detailed practice, okay, on the masking. Okay, definitely, okay, all that one will be happen on the second day. Okay, on the second day of Photoshop. Okay, that will be on next week. All right. Okay, but to just give you some idea what is this masking is all about. So masking is something like to reveal and to hide certain area. Okay, to reveal and to hide certain area. So like for example, okay, when I have this, okay, I have like this entire image. Okay, and I just want to I just want to display at this area, which area that I have selected. Okay, so rather than I'm doing a copy and paste, okay, go to edit, copy, and then I paste it to somewhere else, I can use the masking. All right, so when I'm using a masking, so what will happen is, okay, I will still retain the photo. Okay, I will still retain the photo, but I only display the inner part. Okay, whichever that I selected, okay, as only get visible for you. Okay, the rest is not visible. Okay, but I still can make it as visible if I need it. Okay, that's the purpose of using the masking. Okay, masking is one of the best tool. Okay, in Photoshop. I would say that, okay, for those who have using Photoshop for quite some time, okay, I believe that you all agree. Okay, there is no Photoshop without masking. Okay, so okay, masking will be one interesting topic. Okay, all right, and again, okay, it will happen on next week. Okay, so back to here. Okay, so now we want to select the only the model. All right, okay, I'm going to use some terms called model. All right, when I say that's a model means, okay, a model or subject. All right, so the person, okay, now is jumping, right? Okay, this is a model or subject. Okay, so if let's say, all right, you all just want to select the subject. Okay, so let me, just make it bigger. All right, so I just want to select the subject here. So to select the subject, we have a few selection tool. Okay, we have a few selection tool. The first thing is, okay, obviously we can't use the rectangle marquee tools. Okay, because the rectangle marquee tools, as you know that it will still select the background. Same goes to elliptical marquee tools. Okay, you can't use elliptical marquee tools because it's going to select as a circle. Okay, as a round shape. So these two, okay, we can't use. Okay, it is not appropriate to use to select the subject. So what next? We have another one. Okay, so let's say, okay, I'll just go one by one. Okay, this is a move tool. Move tool, nothing much, is just to move your, okay, the object. All right, so I have explained to you, okay, on the elliptical marquee tools, okay, the purpose is to do the selection, and also you can use the elliptical marquee tools, okay, to one is for the selection, and one to, to apply color. Okay, I will show you that. Okay, later on. Another one, okay, is still a selection tool. Okay, lasso tool, polygonal lasso tool, magnetic lasso tool. Okay, So what is the purpose of lasso tool, polygonal lasso tool, and magnetic lasso tool? Okay, now lasso tool is something like a freehand tool. Okay, it's a freehand tool. It is not easy, okay, to use a lasso tool, okay, to do the selection. Okay, perhaps if you are using a pen tablet, okay, as I said, okay, we can use a mouse, and another way is using the pen tablet. If you're using a pen tablet, okay, then using a lasso tool to do the selection is might be easy to do. All right, but if you are going to use by using a mouse, all right, so technically it's actually it's not that easy. Okay, so for example, let's say I'm going to use my lasso tool, and then I just want to select the subject. Okay, so it's going to be a very tedious job. Okay, see, it is actually it's not like it's not so accurate. Okay, it is not accurate. Okay, and also my hand was like, like a bit shaky. All right, so it is not the right thing. Okay, to use the what they call the lasso tool. Okay, so again, if I really want to show you, okay, how the things looks like. Okay, right, I'm just using my lasso tool. Okay, do the selection. Okay, see, I'm still not selecting in a perfectly. Okay, perfectly I'm not selecting. Okay, so it is really not if let's say, all right, you all want to do a selection, okay, only the subject, all right, then using this lasso tool, okay, may not, all right, a proper way of doing it. Okay, all right, so let's say, okay, just do a random selection. Okay, so let's say if I just press Ctrl C, okay, and then okay, paste it. All right, still, I still have like a blue background, okay, which is I really don't want. Okay, I just want to make sure that I select the subject perfectly, okay, without having any background. Okay, so let's retry. Okay, so lasso tool, okay, it's not appropriate. Okay, okay, we have also a polygon. Okay, polygonal lasso tool. Okay, polygonal lasso tool. Okay, it's not a smooth selection. Okay, because it goes by. Okay, you can see here. All right, I can't get a curve. All right. Okay, so everything is actually a. Okay, it's become as a. Okay, it's just like a straight line. Okay, it's just creating a straight line. Okay, so it is not a. Okay, again, it's not a correct tool to be used. Okay, what else we have? Okay, magnetic lasso tool. Okay, so perhaps okay, magnetic lasso tool can work as well. All right. Okay, so the magnetic lasso tool, okay, it works exactly like like a magnet. All right, it will stick to the area. Okay, the area that you do the selection, but it only can work perfectly if the area got higher contrast. All right. For example, let's say, okay, I'm using the magnetic lasso tool. Okay, so the magnetic lasso tool, okay, I just click once. Okay, using my mouse, using the left click, I just click once. Okay, but I just let go. When I let go, okay, I'll just follow the edge. All right, the one that I'm doing the selection. Okay, so you can see it is stick exactly okay at that area. Okay, but we don't know. All right, maybe a certain area it might be select, maybe a certain area it might not be able to select perfectly. All right, so over here still okay. All right, see. All right, now I just want to see the moment I try to bring it over here, okay, it doesn't select correctly. All right, it's still there's a left over here. Okay, of course, yes, we can do some minor adjustment. Okay, once we've done that. Okay, but why we want to waste the time? Okay, when we have another tool as well. Okay, so again, the magnetic lasso tool is depends. Okay, the what you call the complexity of your photo. Okay, so if your photo have a higher contrast, okay, then it might be easy to do the selection. If your picture doesn't have the higher contrast, okay, when I say higher contrast means okay, the subject, okay, the subject that we are selecting, and also the background. Okay, if the background is like we have okay, like for example, let's say the subject, okay, the subject in the bright color, while the background, okay, is a bit darker. All right, so meaning we have the contrast. Okay, so you have the contrast, then of course the magnetic okay, might works correctly. Okay, so like over here you can see, okay, it is not selecting accurately. Okay, all right, see, the moment I just bring it over here, some of it, okay, is already like a cutoff. All right, so again, the magnetic, okay, may not suitable enough. Okay, so what next? Okay, this 2021, the new version of Photoshop. Okay, they have what you call background removal. Okay, you can just remove the background, okay, with just one click. All right, so that is actually for 2021. Okay, for those who are using version 2019 and 2020, okay, we don't have that. Okay, that button. Okay, the button is not available for 2018. Okay, anything 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2020. Okay, only is available for 2021. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. I have explained to you how the rectangle marquee tools is work. Okay. So how your lasso tool, polygonal lasso tool, and magnetic lasso tool. Okay. All these things. Okay. It doesn't mean okay you all cannot use this tool. Okay. That is how to say. There is a purpose. Okay. There is a purpose for each of these lasso tool, polygonal lasso tool, and magnetic lasso tool. Okay. I will share with you later. Okay, so how you all can use the polygon lasso tool or lasso tool, okay, for just normal kind of selection. All right, so for the background removal, okay, I'm always go for quick selection tool. All right, so the quick selection tool here is, okay, let's say when I click the quick selection tool, I have a two way, okay, to select the subject. All right, I have a two ways of select the subject. Okay, the first thing is, all right, select the quick selection tool, and on your option bar, okay, on your option bar, you can see here select subject. All right, simply, okay, you just have to click the select subject. All right, just wait for a few seconds. Okay, this is okay, they call it something like AI, okay, like artificial intelligence. All right, it may not available, okay, for the older version of Photoshop. Okay, so the select subject, okay, what will happen here is, okay, it will do the selection of the subject. All right, see here, okay, it's done. Okay, so almost like I would say, although it's not perfect, okay, although it's not perfect, but it's like about 90%, okay, it's done a proper job. Okay, of course, the remaining we have to do some adjustment. Okay, we have to do some adjustment. Okay, now let's say, all right, you don't have the select subject. Okay, sometimes, okay, this is might be happen. Okay, when we install the the personal usage, okay, the personal usage, okay, for Photoshop, sometimes, okay, certain functionality, okay, might not work. Okay, one of the example here is the select subject. All right, I'm not sure why that happened. Okay, but from my previous experience, okay, so any file which is I share with my students, okay, or my participants, okay, some they say that when I say that select the subject, okay, they say that they're not able to see the button. Okay, the select subject is actually is missing. Okay, so that is the sometimes the what they call the takeaway. All right, because we are not using the genuine product, but sometimes certain things may not able to work perfectly. Okay, but if you're lucky, all right, if you're lucky, yes, you might be getting, okay, you'll be getting the select subject. All right, this one might be happen sometimes. So okay, when you install, maybe this one is may not available. Okay, so when it's not available, okay, don't be sad. Okay, because sometimes we want to make sure that we want to work as fast as we possible. All right, so when we're doing a selection, okay, if it's sometimes we may not doing in the perfect way. Okay, so that is why we want to use the select subject. All right, but if you don't have the select subject, okay, doesn't matter. Okay, what you all can do is, okay, you can just simply click on the quick selection tool. All right, make sure over here, all right, you have add a selection. Okay, so this is a new selections. Okay, all right. Okay, so either you can choose as a add a selection or new selection. Okay, either one. All right. So make sure. Okay, I'm just choosing as a new selection here. Okay, because we are going to do the selection. Okay, as a new. All right. Okay, so first thing is, all right, quick selection tool. All right. This one is a manual way. All right. Select subject is a automated way. All right. So I'll just do a slowly. Okay. So you just have to go slowly. Okay, don't have to be like so rushing or what. Okay, so once you select, okay, you can see, okay, whichever area. Okay, and also, okay, remember, okay, if you made any mistake, okay, if you made any mistake, you can see there's a dotted line, right? Okay, you can see like a dotted line. Okay, for you, if you want to remove the dotted line, okay, so like you can see on my screen here. Okay, I made some mistake here. Okay, the mistake is generally here. Okay, I need to do some adjustment on the brush. Okay, the size of the brush. Okay, I didn't do the adjustment. Okay, so I made some mistake here. Okay, so I need to start back. Okay, so before I start back, okay, I have to make sure this dotted line to be okay, to be removed. Okay, so you always can right click. Okay, you can just right click and then you can see here deselect. Okay, you can just simply click on deselect and you can see the dotted line disappear. All right, this one. Okay, right click, deselect. Okay, but if let's say you want to use a shortcut key, okay, you want to right click and then you feel like every time I right click, okay, it's like I'm not feeling so comfortable with it. Simple. All right, use your keyboard. Okay, Control D. Okay, D for Denmark. Okay, press Control D and you can see the dotted line will be disappear. Okay, remember, okay, whenever that you made a mistake, okay, on the selection, okay, you need to start back again. All right, you cannot continue. Okay, you always have to start back. So when you're going to start back, make sure you remove the dotted line. Okay, don't remove the object here. Okay, do not remove the subject or object. Okay, you just want to remove the dotted line. Okay, so simply press Ctrl D. Okay, so it will just disappear. Okay, so now again using my quick selection tool again. So before I proceed, okay, I'll just do some changing on my brush. Okay, brush in Photoshop. Okay, there is a multi-use. Okay, there's a multi-use. Okay, for the brush in Photoshop. Okay, most of us will think that, okay, brush is what? Okay, just to paint. All right, just to paint, but not only for paint. All right, for the when we're going to have a masking. Okay, to create a masking, we need to use a brush. Okay, to do the selection. Okay, that just right now, okay, we are using a quick selection tool. Okay, we are using the brush. Okay, so all right, so there's a lot of things, okay, where you all can use the brush. All right, so the two main thing is, okay, one is it's actually for the selection, okay, where you are using for the mask. Okay, and secondly is, okay, for you to do the what they call like a paint or something. All right, so selection and also for the paint. Okay, so I'm just reducing the, let's say, okay, I'm just using 20. Okay. All right, I will make so mute. Okay, so again, all right, quick selection tool. So when you use a quick selection tool, okay, make sure, all right, you need to adjust the brush size. Okay, the brush size will be appear right after you already select the quick selection tool. Okay, so try to adjust accordingly. Okay, do not make it too small or too big. Okay, the brush. Okay, so it has to be not to say too accurate, but if you, let's say, if you're having the brush, okay, the thickness of the brush is, okay, is so huge, then of course the selection might not working perfectly. Same goes to when you choose too small, then of course the selection might not happen, okay, quite well. All right, okay, so I'm using a 20 pixel. Okay, so Again, okay, I don't have to be rushed. Okay, just slowly. Okay, so there's a certain area here. Okay, no worries. Okay, because we will do some cleanup. All right. So I'll just come back. Okay, you have to make sure. Okay, it's done all the perfect selection. Okay. Okay, so this area, okay, doesn't matter. All right, because we will do some cleanup. All right, and you have to be make sure. All right, you see, a certain area. Okay, it's not selected. Okay, is not visibly yet. Okay, you can't see very clearly. Okay, but okay, you see, okay, the selection is not done in the correct way. Okay, so make sure, okay, before you proceed to the next step, all right, just do the adjustment. Okay, so let's see. Okay, and then okay, over here, all right, so just done the selection. Okay, so the rest, okay, you can see, okay, that's it's already selected like the blue area. Okay, so doesn't matter. All right, so doesn't matter. Okay, just okay, go through once, it's all okay or not. Okay, so yeah, all right, okay, it's done the selection. So once it's done, okay, the next tab, okay, the next tab is important here. Okay, you have to select and mask. All right, okay, so you see it. All right, there's a certain area which is not selected. Okay, so okay, so once I done, go to select and mask. All right, okay, so this is where okay you have to do some adjustment. Okay, because you want to remove the background, right? Okay, so this is a overlay mode. All right, like what you are seeing here is okay, it's a overlay mode. The red color is indicate that okay you are not visible the background anymore. Okay, the red color okay is indicate that the background has been already been masked. Okay, it's already been masking out. All right, it's still there. Okay, but the Photoshop already hiding. Okay, so we have to do some touch up whereby okay you can see there's a blue area. Okay, so all these things will be visible. Okay, so you have to okay, all right, so I just do some touch up here. So you can see here, all right, when I removing the when I'm doing a touch up here, okay, this is the brush size. Okay, the one that you can see the target with a circle. Okay, that is the brush. Okay, the similar way, and you can see the size of the brush is 71. All right, okay, but when I try to remove it, okay, I can see okay it can remove the background nicely. Okay, but it's not impacting the uh, the subject. Okay, it's only removing the okay, see over here. Okay, I think I didn't do the proper one. Yes, yes, Adina. Adina, you want to say something? You raise your hand there.
Vijay, are you clicking
Sorry.
on left or
Sorry,
Ah,
sorry,
unmute.
I was
Okay.
I was on mute.
Unmute.
Vijay, how to go back to the previous screen before the select and mask? I did
Okay.
a mistake lah.
Okay, no worries.
Okay.
Okay.
In the select and mask, I want to go back to the original picture.
All right, no problem. All right, because I also did some mistake here because the hand. All right,
Yeah.
so all right, so I just okay, I can just simply okay, I just cancel it. Okay, so if let's say all right, if I want to redo back, okay, so let's say over here I just simply cancel it. All right, so okay, let's start back again. Okay, so okay again, all right, the quick selection tool. Okay, I'm using the left click. All right, I'm using my left click. All right, and then okay, I'm doing the selection. Okay, again, it's up to you. Okay, if you're able to see the select subject, all right, you can straight away you can click from here. Okay, if anyone not able to see the select subject, okay, please let me know. All right, so over here, okay, I'm just selecting the quick selection tool. So right after I select the quick selection tool, okay, the select subject is already here. Okay, so let's say okay, before I'm going to select and mask, I have to do the select subject first. Okay, so straight away, okay, I click on select subject. Okay, just wait for a few seconds. Okay, so you can see, all right, it's done. Okay, it's already selected. Okay, so just go through once. Okay, so you can see the difference here. Okay, the automated and also the manual selection. Okay, just now when you do the manual selection, right? is it didn't select at this area. Okay, so you have to do it manually. Okay, but when you do as automated, okay, it's done the job. All right, perfectly.
What do you mean by automated?
Okay, the automated means, all right, again, okay, so let's say, all right, I'm using the quick selection tool. Okay, can you see on your option bar here, there's a select subject.
Yeah.
All right, so I just simply click on the select subject.
Okay.
See, when I select, okay, when I click the select subject, okay, it's already selected the subject. Okay, I didn't do the selection here. Okay, only the Photoshop. Okay, by just clicking one. Okay, you just have to click one time and then it's already select the subject. Okay, so now you want to remove the background. Okay, so this is what we have to do. All right, so right after you already select the subject, okay, just go through once, is everything is all okay or not. All right, so looks good. All right, and finally you have to click on the select.
Vijay, if
Yeah.
let's say it's not selecting properly, the select subject, how to undo?
Okay, you don't have to undo. All right, so you can just, okay, like for example, let's say here, okay, I can see it's not selecting the entire hair, right? So I still can continue back. Okay, I can just do some touch up. Okay, see, I still can do in manual way. Okay, again, all right, let me share. Okay, all right, so there's a two ways of doing the selection, okay, of the subject. All right, the first one, okay, without using the select subject. Okay, without using the select subject. Okay, as like what I mentioned earlier. All right, you have to, okay, do manually. Okay, manually means you have to, you have to select the area. Okay, you need to select the area by moving your mouse. Okay, by moving your mouse. Okay, you need to, all right, you have to move the, okay, the mouse by selecting the area. Okay, so these selections, okay, you need to use your mouse. Okay, like for example here, you see, okay, it's not selected. All right, so I just have to add that. All right, okay, again, all right, just certain area. Okay, so once I've done, all right, I have to go through. Okay, is it all okay or not? All right, is it everything is selected? Okay, how are you going to know whether it's all selected or not? All right, you need to see this dotted line. Okay, as, okay, if let's say, okay, is any area, okay, which is not selected, okay, I mean, in a proper way, so you need to do some adjustment. Okay, so over here, so okay, but look at it here. All right, this area, okay, is not selected. Okay, so you don't have to redo back again. Okay, you don't have to redo back again, but instead, okay, instead you just have to,
That area lah I'm talking about.
yeah, I just touch. Okay, I just click back. Okay, so it will be selected myself.
Okay.
Vijay,
Yes.
the object selection tool in Adobe Photoshop 2020, is it slightly different from this quick selection in Adobe Photoshop 2021?
No. Okay, the 2021, I'm not sure. I haven't have a chance to see the 2021. All right. But for the select subject, okay, so if you want to know the difference, okay, for version 2017, 18, okay, 19, okay, and 2020, there's no difference.
Okay, because mine, Adobe Photoshop 2020 is called Object Selection Tool instead of the Quick Selection Tool. Is it the same?
You mean over
But
here?
I can find the select. Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
But I can find the select subject and select and mask.
All right. Okay, so meaning that the quick selection tool over here is showing as a different, is it?
It's just object selection tool. I don't
Okay.
have the magic wand tool here.
You don't have the magic wand tool? Do you have the, okay, do you have the magic wand tool?
Magic wand I don't have, only
Okay.
object selection tool. But yeah, the
Okay.
select subject and select and mask is at the top bar.
All right. Okay. I think
It's the version.
no, it's not a version actually. Okay. Okay, maybe okay, the quick selection tool, okay, maybe for 2020, okay, they might be a slight different, maybe they are changed the name. All right, okay, maybe like the object selection tool. Okay, so it's almost same. Okay, quick selection tool and object selection tool. Okay, it's just the what they call the naming. Okay, but yeah, all right, it's just naming. So other than that, it's just doing the same job. Whatever that you are seeing on my screen is just doing the same thing. Okay, there's no any additional things there.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, Vijay, how do you
Yeah.
fit to frame the picture?
Come again?
Like initially it was, how do you fit to frame the picture in the art?
Come again. Okay, the last part. How you?
How do you make the picture fit to frame in the artboard? Initially it was smaller.
Oh, okay. No, I
It's
mean,
not zoom, the fit to frame.
okay. All right. Okay, you see here. Actually, for this image, all right. Okay, for this image, okay, it's using the what they call the image size. Okay, so like for example, okay, this is actually taking up the image size. Okay, so I didn't fit into the okay, I didn't fit into this artboard. All right. So generally, this artboard is actually following the image size. Okay, it's just following the image size. Okay, but you know when you select certain, okay, let's say for example, okay, when you select a certain area, okay, so let's say I'm just selecting this certain area. Okay, so when I come and paste it here, all right, so over here is not fit. Okay, so you can see here, okay, over here is not fit. Okay, it's not fit because the artboard, okay, the artboard size is much more, it's a little bit more bigger than the selection. Okay, so for this, okay, if you want to make sure you want to fit, okay, into the what you call okay, into the artboard. Okay, so like currently you can see, right? Okay, there's some empty area here. You can use your crop. Okay, so it's not you know, it's not like so it's tedious work. All right, simply select the crop. Okay, and then you just crop it. Okay, so you can just make it as a fit. That's it. All right, this one. Okay, again, okay, assume that. Okay, so let's say I just select, okay, this maybe about this area. Okay, so I just copy, okay, and I paste it here. All right, so okay, so if you all can see here, all right, it's actually all right, this empty area. Okay, there's empty area here, so I can't make, okay, I can't make it this image. All right, I can't make this image to fit into this artboard. All right, it's because the artboard is, the size of the artboard is bigger than the size of this image. All right, so always remember, okay, if you have this kind of a scenario, okay, whereby the image is smaller compared to your artboard, do not enlarge. Okay, do not enlarge this this picture. Okay, because it becomes distort and the quality of the picture will be okay, it will be distorted. All right, so you should not do that. So if you want to fit into your the artboard here, all right, simply you can use your crop tool. Okay, use the crop tool. Okay, so when you click on the crop tool, you can see here the dotted line. Okay, so again, okay, just resize it. Okay, so you just bring it. Okay, you can see, all right, when you bring it up to here, it will snap. Okay, so let go. Okay, again, see, it will snap. All right, so once it snap, let go. Okay, snap. Right. Okay, so and then once you're done, you just click on the move tool to apply. All right, so this is the way, okay, for you to you know, if you want to make it fit. All right, so this one over here, okay, don't confuse, okay, because I'm using the image. Okay, because I go to file, I open the image. So when I open the image, the artboard, okay, the artboard size will be follow exactly the image size. Okay, so I don't have to you know, resize it or you know, want to make it as a fit. Okay, back to here. All right, okay, so I just want to go back. There's a way to undo back. Okay, Control Z. Okay, Control Z. Okay, so you all can use, okay, as I say, all right, you all can use undo, all right, like Control Z as normal. Okay, but sometimes, okay, if your undo doesn't work, then always remember, okay, your magic tools here, history. You always can go to history. Okay, anything that you have done here, okay, it will be recorded. Okay, back to our selection tool here again. So again, all right, I'm going to, okay, Right, just select the quick selection tool and select the subject. Okay, so all right, so just go through one glance. Okay, all okay. All right, and then select and mask. Right. Okay, so again, okay, you can just try to make it more bigger. Okay, don't go beyond. See here, if I go beyond, okay, 200%, it started to distort. All right, because that's why I said, okay, this one is not a vector image. All right, so the maximum that you all can use is 100%. Okay, either you can just type 100% or you can use your keyboard control. Okay, the plus sign or the negative sign. Okay, so all right, you can just try to resize the brush. Okay, and there are some tools here. Okay, so like this is we call as a overlay. All right, so if you don't want to see as a like a green color, you always can select the overlay. All right, so this is onion skin. Okay, so the onion skin, okay, it will show as a blue color. All right, it will show as a blue color, and you can see, all right, there's a certain, all right, the only thing is if you are selecting this onion skin, you are not able to see where is the blue area. Okay, the reason because the background itself is not, yes.
Okay, where is the onion skin?
Okay, on the top. Okay, can you see on the top here? View. All right, there's a view mode, right? Okay, you have to click on the view mode. All right, onion skin, matching ants, overlay, on black, on white.
Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry, Vijay, because I'm just using one laptop, so I'm switching between your.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I understand that. No worries. Okay, so okay, and you see, okay, even after our session, okay, if you have any questions, okay, don't hesitate. All right. Of course, yes, okay, because yesterday I was in the function, so I'm not able to accommodate your queries all. But after this, okay, you have any questions, okay, you know how to do the selections, okay, you can just WhatsApp me, all right, so I can, all right. So the view mode, okay, is nothing else, okay, but it's just to make sure that, okay, how to say, usually it all depends on your comfort zone. All right, if you feel like you want to use the onion skin, yes, go ahead. All right, you can see, okay, the background here a little bit of transparent. Okay, but the only problem here is, okay, the transparent background here is choose as a blue color. Okay, it has choose as a blue color. All right, so sometimes, okay, you are not able to see clearly. All right, if you are going to matching ant, all right, so the matching ant is showing exactly like how your the actual, the picture it is. All right, so try to avoid using like onion skin and matching ants, okay, because sometimes, okay, the visibility, it is not that, okay, so either overlay, all right, or on black. Okay, this two will, okay, is much more better. Okay, if white, all right, see white also sometimes, okay, still okay, but you are not able to see clearly. Okay, there's a blue area, okay, because you see this area all, we need to remove it. Okay, so as a user, when you use a Photoshop, okay, you need to know, okay, when you need to use the onion skin, okay, when you need to use a matching ant. All right, so all depends on the type of photos that you used. All right, so you can just make it as overlay, okay, which is much more, it's much more, there's a contrast. Okay, so at least okay, where is the background and where is the subject. Okay, so I just want to remove a certain area. Okay, so I'll just try to don't have to do anything. All right, you just have to like bring your cursor. Okay, so just certain area, whichever area that you want to remove it. Okay, so you can just, all right, do some touch up. Okay, I'm using the mouse. Okay, I'm using the mouse and also the left click. Okay, I'm using the mouse and left click. Okay, so just give me some time. Let me do some cleanup here. So over here a little bit. All right, but one thing, okay, make sure, okay, not all the, not all the image, okay, you can easily use your quick selection tool, okay, not all the image. All right, so this image is very simple, okay, so it's easy for us to remove the background.
Vijay, you just
Yeah.
move the mouse over, is it?
Yes, I just,
Around the region that you want remove.
yes, correct. Okay, so whichever, okay,
okay,
let's try.
right.
Okay, see, okay, let's say, all right, if I just want to, okay, I just want to remove this area. Okay, so I just move my cursor or my mouse over here at this area. Okay, and then I just use my left click. Okay, when I use my left click, just click once, all right, and then it will just disappear. Okay, sometimes, okay, you have to click like 2 or 3 times, okay, to disappear. All right, but sometimes just one click is enough. Okay, so just go through once it's fine. Okay, so how are you going to just going to extract the subject? Okay, so you already clean up, okay, the background and everything. Okay, but how are you going to just extract the image, okay, of this subject? So this is where, all right, you have to go back to your properties. Okay, go back to your properties. Okay, all the way down. All right, there's output setting. Okay, there's a output setting. Okay, click on output setting. All right, okay, you have to click on the arrow here. Okay, so just click on the output setting, scroll down, okay, a little bit. All right, okay, again, all right, okay, just click on the output settings here. Okay, and scroll down. Okay, output to where? Okay, so select, okay, from this drop down, okay, layer mask, new layer with layer mask, new document, and new document with layer mask. Okay, the layer mask, okay, as I said, okay, we'll have one session for that. Okay, I will explain to you on details. Okay, what's the layer mask is all about. Okay, so for this, I just want to select as a new layer. Okay, I'm just using as a new layer. Okay, so I just simply click on the new layer. So once done, I click on OK. All right.
Which okay, hold on. The properties and then go through.
Okay. All right.
No, just show me at the properties and
okay, the properties. Okay, no, because I can't go to properties now. Okay, because I only can go for the properties when I do the selection. Okay, just wait. Yeah. Okay, select subject. Okay, that property is only available, okay, when you select and mask. All right, so once you're done, okay, output to, okay, you can see the output to, right? Okay, select the output.
wait. So let's select the output. Hold on. Select the output tool. All right. At the bottom, right?
At the bottom, yes. At the bottom, there's output to.
It's quite late. It's quite slow. Output.
No, I mean, and layer mask. Okay, you have to. Sorry, you have to choose as a new layer. Okay, choose as a, yeah.
Go to output setting.
Yeah, output setting. So you see, okay, over here, all right, this output setting, right? Okay, so you have to click on this arrow here. Okay, you can see the arrow. Okay.
Tahu. And then go to output to new layer.
Yeah, okay. Select as a new layer.
Okay.
Right, so it's done. You just simply click on the OK.
Okay, hold on, Vijay, because my laptop, I'm still doing the masking. Okay. It's quite slow.
No worries. Okay, because usually when you're using Photoshop, all right, the memory, okay, memory of your computer is very important. All right, so let me explain this on this also. Okay, things, all right. The minimum requirement, okay, for the spec, okay, if you really want to use Photoshop, okay, with smooth, okay, without having any problem, okay, at least you all need the minimum 4 GB RAM, okay, at least minimum of 4 GB RAM, okay, that is the requirement, what they call the minimum requirement given by the Adobe. But 4 GB, okay, also sometimes, okay, it's not sufficient enough. Okay, it's not sufficient enough. Simply because some people, okay, they thought that, okay, I want to use a Photoshop. Okay, I'm already have a 4 GB in my laptop. Okay, so that is a wrong assumption. Okay, you see here, whenever that you already install, okay, maybe on your laptop you don't only have a Photoshop. Okay, you might have some other tools. Okay, like Illustrator, or maybe some other tools, Microsoft, Office, some other application. Okay, maybe like a movie editing. So remember, okay, all this, it required to have a memory. Okay, so when you have like too many installation, okay, on your laptop, so literally you don't have a sufficient RAM, okay, for your Photoshop. All right, so that is why sometimes your Photoshop will be run slowly. Okay, it will be lagging. All right, so to make it more easier, 8 GB. Okay, 8 GB is really a good. Okay, if you really want to play around with Photoshop. But nevertheless, okay, 4 GB is still okay. But as I said, sometimes, okay, because you will be sharing with other tools as well. Okay, so there will be some issue as well.
Alamak, Vijay.
Yeah.
Dia still macam berpusing-pusing tu lah. I cannot select my output to selection select as layer tu. So
Okay.
it's still like, running.
Running. Yeah, that's what I said. Most probably, okay. What is your RAM for your GB?
12 gig. I just updated to 12 gig.
12 gig. Okay. Even 12 gig. Okay, slow. All right. Okay. All right. Because it's
12 gig RAM.
okay, but it's still is it still loading or what?
Yeah, it's loading. It's like take a while lah to select that output to selection tu. Sebab
Okay.
I don't know. I try to close every app. I already finished masking. Just to select to mask tu. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know that because sometimes because
now can. Okay, so go to output to new layer mask kan new layer.
New layer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Layer. What's the difference between layer mask and new layer?
Okay, the layer mask is actually the one for us to do the masking. All right. So you see over here, that's add layer mask. Okay, but we are not learning the layer mask for today. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So I'll explain that.
I'm done.
Right.
I'm done. So should we name this new layer or something?
It's okay, fine. You can usually they can just copy as a like for example from me it's a layer 0. Okay, so after it's copied, all right, it's just put as a layer 0 copy. So you can just name it as a model or anything that you want. Okay, so it doesn't matter. All right. Okay. Okay, on the chat group. Okay, after selection there's a jagged line. Okay, how to avoid that? Okay, that's why Hugh, okay, sometimes not all the selections it can be perfect. All right. For if you want to do the perfect selection, all right, the tools, okay, we usually we are used, okay, it's a pen tool. Okay, if you really okay, it's a pen tool. All right, you see here, the pen tool is very important, okay, in Photoshop and also in Illustrator. And also the accurate selection. Okay, you want to do the accurate selection, okay, the pen tool is always the best. Okay, all right, I suppose to show you the pen tool, okay, right after this. Okay, so maybe later, okay, I will share with you. Okay,
thanks.
So yeah. Okay, all right, I'm still here. Okay, I'm still not able to get the correct one. Okay, but doesn't matter. Okay, so and remember, okay, working out with Photoshop, it may take a little bit of time. Okay, so so once you've done the selection, okay, so let's say once you already done the selection, all right, so we already removed the background. Okay, we already removed the background. So you see here, okay, we are not permanently removing. Okay, so I'm still can, all right.
Yeah.
I can just enable back. Okay, so when I enable back, okay, I'm still can get back my background. Okay, so that is what we call as a non-destructive. Okay, so try and avoid to remove permanently. Okay, so any adjustment we always can come and we can do it.
Okay.
Oh, okay, sorry. Sorry, Zul. Okay, this layer. Okay, Okay, I'll delete first. All right. Okay. After you already create the, after you done the select and mask, okay, let's say once you already selected, okay, so what will happen here is, okay, it will create another copy, okay, of this object. All right. Okay, if you want to add a background, okay, let's say you want to add some other background, or you want to have some kind of a background color. All right. So for instance, okay, so what I do is, okay, I'm creating a new layer. Okay, I'm just creating a new layer, layer 1. Okay, so I can add a new background here, okay, if I want to. All right, or I can just add a background color. Okay, so how I'm going to add a background color in Photoshop. All right, adding a background, okay, that's a two. One we call as a solid color. Okay, one we call as a solid color, another one we call as a gradient color. All right, solid color is just like one color. Okay, while a gradient color is a more than like a two or more than two colors. Okay, it's a combination of two or more two colors. Okay, that is what we call as a gradient. Okay, so let's see. All right, maybe we can try use a single color. Okay, so like for example, okay, I will just try. Okay, I will put this one as a 40%. Right. Okay, so I can just move the subject. Okay, I just move the subject maybe somewhere. Okay, on the center here. Okay. Okay, so before I'm going to add some background color, okay, let's say, okay, I'm just want to replicate this object. Okay, I want to replicate this object. Okay, replicate means I want to make another copy. All right, I just want to make another copy of this subject. Okay, how I'm going to make another copy? Okay, simply click Control J, J for Jakarta. Okay, Control J. All right, again, okay, there's a two ways. Okay, there's a two ways. Okay, for you all to
It works.
come again.
It works. It works.
Okay, all right. Okay, there's a two ways. Okay, there's a two ways of duplicate the object. Okay, the first, okay, make sure that you select the model and then you press Control J. Okay, so it can duplicate. All right, then of course, okay, you can move around. Okay, that's the first way of making a duplicate. Okay, a second way is, okay, what you can do is, okay, you can just right click. All right, simply right click, and then you have a duplicate layer. Okay, again, okay, on the model, right click, duplicate layer. Okay, so but the thing is, okay, when you duplicate the layer, okay, there are another property box. Okay, so where you want to duplicate, and then you need to click OK. All right, so there's a many steps. Okay, there'll be a many steps there. All right, so we don't want. Okay, so let's say, okay, another method. Okay, just now I show second method. Okay, the first one, press Control J. That's a very quick one. All right, the second one is a bit slow. All right, because you have to right click and then you need to select duplicate layer. Okay, another one is, okay, you simply, okay, you can use your mouse. Okay, select the model layer. Okay, you have to select the model layer. Okay, you have to keep press. Okay, drag. Okay, just drag, and then this is the new layer. Okay, you see here, over here, the icon here, there is we call as a create new layer. Okay, this one, okay, when you click, okay, when you click the create new layer, what will happen is it will create you a empty layer. Okay, when I select this, it's just creating a empty layer. But if I click the subject, okay, or if I click the layer, I just drag and then let go. Okay, it will make another copy. Okay, so altogether there is a three ways for you to create the duplicate. Okay, so let's say if I just move around, so I think you all can just use a Control J. Okay, please write it down. Okay, at least, all right, so that you can remember. So I have mentioned about the Control D. Okay, D for Denmark. That is for the deselect. Okay, when you have like a dotted line, okay, for you to deselect. Okay, and then I have mentioned about Control T. Okay, T for Thailand. Okay, that is for transfer, rotate. Okay, you can use the Control T. Okay, now another one, Control G. Okay, G for Ghana. All right, that is for group. Okay, how do we move the subject? Okay, it's very easy. All right. Okay, let's say, okay, this is a model and this is a model copy. Okay, select the model copy. Okay, let's say you want to move the model copy, right? Okay, select the model copy or maybe a model. Okay, let's say I'm just select the model and okay, once I select the model, I bring my mouse. Okay, bring the mouse over the subject and move. Okay, that's it. All right. So moving the subject, all right, you either can use a mouse to move around, okay, or you can use your keyboard, all right. So when you use a keyboard, you can use your left or right arrow key, okay. So left, right, up and down, okay. But the thing is, okay, if you are just using the left and right, okay, it will move slowly, all right. So you can use shift, okay. Hold shift on the keyboard. All right, and then you can see, all right, now it can move a little bit more far. Okay, if you let go the shift, okay, it will move once, okay, like a 1 pixel at one time. Okay, so like this one, you can see it's just moving, okay, like 1 point to another point, okay, one by one. If I hold shift, okay, it will be jump. All right. Okay, so before we adding the background, okay, how I'm going to flip. Okay, you see sometimes, okay, you want to flip the subject, okay, maybe a vertical or horizontal or something. Okay, so to flip the the subject, okay, let's say, all right, I have a model copy. Okay, where is my model copy? Okay, so my model copy is on my left hand side. Okay, so I select my model copy. So make sure you select the layer, okay, whichever layer that you want to do the adjustment, okay, you have to select that layer. Okay, so now I want to select the model copy, okay, over here. So how I'm going to flip? Go to edit, all right, on the top here, okay, that's edit, okay, there is a okay transfer, all right, again, okay, select the model copy here, okay, the second one, go to edit, all right, transfer, okay, transfer, flip horizontal and flip vertical. Okay, so let's say if I put as a flip horizontal, okay, so it will flip on the other way. Okay, so if let's say, okay, I undo back, okay, if I go back again to edit, all right, transfer, okay, let's say if I flip as a vertical, okay, so it will just like a upside down, right? So this is a way of for you to do the flip. Okay, so for flip, there's no shortcut key, all right, so you just simply go to edit, transfer, all right, and then click on, okay, horizontal, all right, so it will just flip for you. Okay, so now, okay, let's say, all right, you want to add some background color. Okay, when you're going to add some background color, okay, your image, okay, currently you are having as a transparent background, okay, it's a transparent background. So in order for you to have a color, so make sure you create a new layer before your subject. Okay, do not create your layer on top of it. Okay, for example, okay, assume that you create a layer on top. Okay, your layer came on the top. All right, okay, so let's say, all right, if you are going to choose a color, a background color, okay, that is a foreground and that is a background. Okay, you have to choose as a foreground. Okay, so let's say, okay, I'm choosing as a foreground. Okay, so on the foreground, I have a color picker. So assume that I'm choosing a purple. Okay, I always like purple color. All right, so let's say I'm just choosing a purple. Click OK. All right, okay, adding the background color. Adding a background color, there is a 3 ways of doing it. Okay, there is a 3 way. Okay, the first, okay, from your toolbar. All right, on your toolbar, all right, you can see here this is a gradient tool. All right, this is a gradient tool. Okay, but where is a solid color? Okay, because I want to add some solid color. Okay, so again, you have to keep on press. Okay, keep on press over here, and you can see here paint bucket tool. All right, simply click on the paint bucket tool. All right, and just bring your cursor on your artboard. All right, and you can see now the cursor icon change. Okay, like a paint bucket. All right, so let's say when I click, all right, okay, it's of course, okay, it's already it's already filled up with the color. Okay, but the image, all right, the subject, okay, the subject is actually it's already hidden. Okay, so it's hidden because your layer one. Okay, the layer here. Okay, it's already, it's already cut across. Okay, it's already a take over your model. All right. So simply, okay, drag your layer. Okay, you can just drag the layer. Okay, over here. Okay, so from top. Okay, just simply bring it down. Okay, so this is how.
Sorry, Vijay, so meaning before you add the background, you create a new layer, yeah?
Yes, I need create a new layer.
Okay.
All right. Okay, again. All right. So for easy, all right, make sure that you all select the layer 0. Okay, over here, create a new. Okay, create a new layer. Okay, if you didn't create a new layer, okay, assume that you're going to add an image. I mean, you add a background color or something. So what will happen is, okay, it will be override your layer 0. Okay, so please don't do that. All right, you want to add a new colors. Okay, so make sure that you create as a new layer. Okay, create a new layer. Okay, and your paint bucket. Okay, select the color and paint bucket. Okay, the paint bucket is a first method of adding the color. Okay, if you don't have the paint, but okay, I think
hold on, Vijay, sorry, I can't find the button create a new layer. Kat mana?
you see, okay, over here there's a right at the bottom. Okay, at the bottom, create a new layer.
Hold on, it's a bit slow lah here. There's a copy.
No, they meant the paint bucket tool.
Yeah, okay, for the paint, all right.
Some
Okay.
version doesn't have it.
No, the one is actually what you call it's a default. You should have. Okay, currently your panel. Okay, is it your panel is collapsed or is you're having like a straight like expand? How your panels?
We have
looks like?
gradient tool, paint bucket.
Okay, so you have a gradient. You have a paint bucket.
No, only gradient.
Only gradient. So the paint bucket is not here.
Yeah, the other two.
Okay. All right. So in
No,
that case,
Vijay,
yeah.
where is the
Yeah.
create a new layer again?
Okay. Check on my screen here. Okay.
Hold
You
on,
have to follow my mouse. All right.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
Okay, so, all right, it's over here. Create new layer.
It's hidden. Oh, okay.
All right. Okay. If you're not able to see the, okay, so let's say, all right. Okay. Try to, anyone can see like a 3 dotted line. Okay. Try to click on your 3 dotted line here. Okay. There's an edit toolbar. Okay. So simply click on the edit toolbar here. Right. Okay, and from here, okay, try to see, okay, whether your paint, all right, try to see your paint bucket tool. Okay, is it somewhere around here?
But Vijay, why when I click to my layer 1, the new layer that I create, it doesn't show a blank screen. It's still stuck to the model copy.
Yeah, it's still yeah, because the layer that you have created is a transparent layer. Okay, we haven't add on the background color yet.
Okay, so when I want to add the background color, you see what happened was that there's a no sign that cross dilarang punya sign, that you cannot.
You cannot. All right. Okay, so it's all right. Make sure, okay, your layer 1. You are selected as a layer 0 or layer 1.
I select layer 1, which is the new layer that I created. But when I want to add color, I cannot add anything to the layer and add color to the layer. I go to paint bucket tool.
Okay.
And then when I want to add color to the background, it has this circle and then that, palang sign, like most
something like this, right? Like this, right?
What happened there?
No, okay, see here. If I'm selecting as a layer 0, okay, because layer 0 is nothing because I turn off the visibility. Okay, if I turn off the visibility, okay, so it's considered as this layer 0 is nothing. Okay, so I can't do anything over here. Okay, so I'm getting that's what you call the objection kind of a icon. But if I move to layer 1, okay, I can see, okay, there's a paint bucket. All right, so meaning that I can change the color. Okay,
That's
so
the thing. When I go to layer,
you have to check on your layer, okay, whether you select the layer 1 or not. And also, is your layer 1 is locked
layer 1 is not locked.
or locked?
It's not locked. And then it seems now that all the layers are jumbled together. Or I need to, I don't know.
Never mind. Maybe okay later. All right. You can just screenshot and then you put on the WhatsApp group. So I will just take a look. Okay, because I need to know where exactly that you made a mistake. All right. So we'll be having a break. Okay, about okay like around 3:30. All right. So maybe at that time. Okay. So maybe you can share that. Okay, on my WhatsApp group, so I can take a look. Okay. So all right. If for the rest, okay, if you don't have the paint, okay, usually the paint is a what they call is a standard. Okay, anyone don't have the paint? For Lila, for you also, you don't have the paint bucket, is it?
Me, yeah. No, I got the paint bucket.
Okay, no, I'm asking the rest. Leelawati and Hugh.
It's in the three dot line, the dots at the bottom.
Yeah.
The one that you showed just now, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, got it right. Okay, yeah. Okay, so if anyone say that there's no paint bucket in the Photoshop, okay, so okay, because that is the very basic tools, okay, which is been there for the ages. Okay, the first Photoshop, okay, I was using somewhere in 2002. Okay, that time they are using okay Photoshop. We call as Photoshop 3, okay, 3.0. Okay, so from that time until now, the paint bucket is still there. Okay, so obviously it won't gone missing. Okay.
Oh, okay. Now, Vijay, I
Yeah.
can add layer already. I can add color already to the layer 1 when I make other layers visible, you know. But then, can I share my screen?
Okay, maybe after the break
right.
time, okay, maybe you can share. All right. So okay, I just continue first. Okay, maybe later you can share the screen. All right. Okay. So if you want to add the background color, okay, so this is the thing that you all have to do. Okay, first, yes, okay, we have a paint bucket. All right, that is the first way of creating the paint. All right, you want to change the background colors or anything. The second, that is where we call as a shortcut key. Okay, we call as a shortcut key. All right. That is where you have to use your alternate delete. Okay, on the keyboard, there is an alternate. Okay, there's alternate button. All right. At the same time, you have to press delete. Oops. All right. So when I press, okay, again, I'm not clicking on my paint bucket. All right. So you can see, okay, my mouse, okay, didn't move anywhere. All right. So I just simply press alternate. At the same time, I also click on the delete. All right, so I can have the background color. Okay, this is the second method. Okay, for using the solid color. Okay, so the third method. Okay, the third method. All right, let me undo back. Okay, I know because Photoshop is very huge. Okay, and because there's a lot of buttons there. So all right, try to practice more. Okay, so then only you all can remember. Okay. Generally, if you let's say if you didn't use the Photoshop, okay, maybe about at least maybe 2 or 3 days, okay, and suddenly you open back. Sometimes, okay, you might be forgotten. All right. Okay. So again, okay, adding the background color. All right. This one I'm using a solid color here, paint bucket. Okay. The second one using the alternate delete. All right. The third one, okay, you all can use your adjustment layer. Okay, this is we call as an adjustment layer. Okay. All right, over here, okay, there is a solid color. Okay, simply click on your adjustment layer. Okay, so where is my adjustment layer? Is here. All right, simply click on my adjustment layer. All right, again, solid and gradient. Okay, so I'm using my solid color. Okay, click on the solid. Okay, and let's say if I want to change my color to different. Okay, so let's say maybe like this color over here. All right, so once I done, okay, and simply click on okay. All right, okay, from this three method, okay, the third method, which is I show you, okay, it is the most easiest one. All right. The reason because, okay, let's say if I undo back, okay. So if you want to use a paint bucket, okay, the problem here is, okay, each time, okay, you have to go back to the foreground, okay. The color picker, okay, you have to choose the color, okay, what color that you want, okay, you have to click OK, all right, and you have to use your paint bucket and then you need to apply it, all right. So there's a many steps involved, okay, although yes, like a 3 or 4 steps, okay, but it's still like a wasting of time, okay. So a second method, okay, which is I'm mentioned earlier, alternate delete, okay. Still the alternate delete, okay, I need to, okay, select the color, what color that I want to choose. Okay, so once I already select the color, all right, again, the foreground, okay, not the background, okay, on the foreground, once I select the color and I press alternate delete, all right. So second one is still okay, all right, because you just have to select the color and then you press alternate delete, okay. But okay, the most convenient one is use your adjustment layer, all right. Simply click on your adjustment layer, all right, go for your solid color, all right. See here, when you click on the solid color, the color picker is there already, okay. So you can use your slider, okay. At the same time, okay, you can see on your screen here, okay, whether the color that you choose is matched or not, okay. So you can choose any colors that you preferably that you like, okay. Before we ending our session at 5 o'clock, okay, I will share with you some website URL, okay, whereby you can you can select a few colors, okay. As I say, playing around colors is very important in Photoshop, okay. So there's a plenty of website, okay, where you can you can have a take a look, all right. So you can choose the color, there's a color library color, all right. So you can choose whichever colors that you like, all right. So assume that, okay, this is we call as a solid color, okay, this is a solid color, okay. Once just click on okay, all right. So again, if I want to change the color again, all right, I just simply double click, okay, I just double click back here, all right. This thing's open, so just change the color, whichever color that you want, all right. So all right, paint bucket tool doesn't work. No, it should work, okay, maybe all right. Maybe you didn't do a proper selection of what, okay, I'm going to show that on that part, Yiping. That's why I said, okay, because Photoshop, before this, we had the physical class, okay, for the Photoshop, okay, that's 2 years back before the pandemic. So it's much more easier, okay. So anything, okay, I can go directly, okay, to look into your screen, okay, what's happening, all right, it's much more easier. So now it's everything back to online, okay. So yeah, okay, that dapat, right? Okay,
DJ,
great.
for
Yeah.
the paint bucket, it's the same thing, right? Select the color and then just click done, and supposedly it will automatically change the color of the background.
No, if you're using a paint bucket, all right. So let's say once you select the paint bucket, okay, let's say once you select the paint bucket, okay, then you choose the color, okay, what color that you want, okay, and then you have to bring it, okay, to your, okay, to your artboard, all right. So you need to make sure that you have to select the empty layer, okay, select the empty layer which you are created, okay, and then, okay, your paint bucket, use your left click, okay, on the mouse, you need to use your left click, you click once, then it will apply the color.
I'll try again.
Yes, Ipe, got it?
Yep, I'll try again.
Okay,
Thank
all
you.
right. Okay, all right. Okay, so okay, it's going to be 3:30. All right. Okay, take a 15 minutes break. Okay, so join back at 3:45. So the next one, okay, which is I'm going to share with you is how you're going to apply a back. Okay, now it's actually we are applying a what we call a background color. Okay, so I need to show you one more. Okay, how you can apply a gradient color. So once we complete the gradient color, okay, how you can apply other background. Okay, not a background color, but some other background, like like an Eiffel Tower or KLCC Tower. All right, okay, at the background here. All right, so I will show that. Okay, after our break. Okay, so take a 15 minutes break and join back at 3:45.
Oh, Vijay, I
Yeah.
guess I know why the paint bucket tool it doesn't work.
Uh-huh.
Is it because I use the three dotted points at the bottom and there's no done icon?
Not really. But again, all right. You can see your paint
Can you
buckets over here, right?
no, I can. I'm using the three dotted
The three dotted, yeah.
three dots
Yeah.
yeah, can you show again?
Okay, sure. All right. So let's see here. Okay, so I'm just creating as a new layer. I'm just creating as an empty layer. Okay, so the same thing. Okay, so over here, okay, I'm using the paint bucket. All right, select the paint bucket. So you should, okay, you're able to select the paint bucket, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you select the paint bucket, okay, look at the icon. Okay, is the icon shows like a bucket there?
I need to check back. I'll have a look how you do it first.
Okay, all right. See here, when you choose the paint bucket, okay, right after you choose the paint bucket, you already got the, okay, the bucket, okay, the cursor, okay, is already changed as a bucket, all right. So choose your color, okay, any color that you want, and then you click, okay, you just have to click on the icon.
Okay, I'll try it now.
Okay.
It cannot be done to replace the existing layer, right? It must be a new layer.
It must be a new layer, okay, not on the
Okay, I'll
existing
try
layer.
it now. Oh, Vijay. Oh, Vijay,
Hi, yes.
my paint bucket tool, the icon of the paint doesn't come out. That's why it doesn't work, is it?
Uh, okay, wait up. But did you able
The
to see?
icon
Uh, or
I
you,
can click.
uh-huh.
I can click until but the what the cursor that come out it isn't the paint bucket icon.
Okay,
It's just
all
a
right.
normal cursor, yeah.
Okay, just normal cursor. All right. Okay. All right. Um, remember just now I shared with you. Okay, this one like. Okay, let me see whether you can share your screen or not. Multiple. Okay, so I will stop the share. Can you share your screen?
Hang on.
All right. Okay. So when click the gradient bar there. Okay, just you have to move your cursor. All right. I'll go to your. Okay, first inside the gradient. Okay, inside the gradient one. Okay, what else you have?
What else do I have?
I mean, on your on your gradient, right? Okay, can you go and,
Okay.
okay? You have to go and press. Okay, can you see a small arrow inside there? Okay, just click there. Keep pressed.
This
Ah,
this one only gradient. I'm using the 3 dotted ones. This one.
okay, all right.
Mm. Hang on, ah. Yeah, I'm using this one.
Okay.
Wait, I couldn't click now.
Okay, never mind.
One
You
moment, Okay, wait. This one, and then this one. Yeah, this one, and then done, right?
no. Okay, this one. Okay, just to see whether your gradient. Okay, wait. This okay. Actually, your gradient. Okay, the gradient toolbar, your paint bucket, all is there. Okay, it's okay. Remember. Okay, can you see there's a small. Okay, where's your gradient now? Okay, can you bring your mouse?
Yeah.
Okay, cancel first. Cancel this customized toolbar. Cancel it. Okay, so where is your gradient? Okay,
Here,
yeah, all right. Okay, can you click? Okay, you have to. Can you see at the bottom there? There's a tiny kind of small arrow.
at the bottom.
Not at the bottom. See it.
Yeah.
All right, next to the gradient icon. Can you see a small?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
keep pressed.
Left or right click?
Left click.
Left click. Okay. The same thing came out, right?
You should able to get a drop down. Okay, why?
Right
Okay,
click.
yeah. Not
Ah.
okay. Now you can see the
Yeah,
paint
right
bucket
click.
there. You're using a right click, is
Okay.
it? You're
I'm
using Mac.
using right click.
You're using
No,
Mac.
I'm using not just normal non-Mac.
Not Mac, right? Okay, but then why is right click? It should be left click.
It should be left. I'm using Lenovo, just normal laptop.
Okay, so it doesn't matter. But usually for this we only use the left click. Okay, click on
Left.
the
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Okay, click on the paint bucket now. Now you can see, right?
Ah, okay. And then you go to this one, right?
The foreground, yes, the foreground color.
Then just use the slider.
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay. Just left click
Left
on
click.
this.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Wait, hang on, yeah. Okay, all right.
All right. Okay.
Mm.
Okay, yeah. Okay, you can stop the sharing.
Wait, how do I unshare? Okay,
Okay. All right.
okay. Done. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, so again, okay, is anyone having a problem or anything? Okay, so just let me know. Okay, so whichever way, I mean, we can just try to help it out. All right, so usually, okay, for the first day, all right, it's just like a very general, okay, how you're using the Photoshop, okay. So we haven't go in very details yet, all right, especially like a blending, okay, we have like a blend tools, okay. Again, all right, there's a lot of things here, okay, there's a dissolve, darken, multiply, color burn, all right. So if I want to go everything, like inch by inch, okay, of course, we are not able to have time, all right. So anything that which is I showed to you all, okay, so that is a very basic step, okay, for today, all right. So perhaps, okay, on the next class, all right, we'll be go more in details, all right. So I'll just, try to, we all have like almost like a 1 week, okay, before we're going to start our next class or next week, all right, like plus minus like 5 days. So try to, you can just play around, okay, click here and there, all right. So try to familiarize, okay, all the tools, and it's much more easier for you all. Okay, so all right, so without you, we have seen, okay, how to use the, the solid color, all right. So I'm going to go a bit fast, all right, so that, okay, I can complete, okay, at least by 5 o'clock. But if I'm not able, maybe I might extend a little bit, maybe for 10 minutes, okay. So hope that you all don't mind. Okay, to add a gradient color, all right. Okay, so let's say, all right, same thing. If I want to add a gradient color, okay, I'm just going to create a new layer here. Okay, assume that, okay, I'm not going to use this layer anymore. Okay, so I simply, okay, if I don't want to use the layer, all right, so currently let's say, okay, this layer 1, okay, I don't want to use anymore. All right, so I can just simply, all right, click the layer 1, okay, click and drag to the beam. Okay, so over here you all can see a beam, right? Okay, that's a delete. Okay, this one we call as a delete. All right, so simply click and drag it into the beam. Okay, so it will remove. All right, okay, so now if you want to add a gradient color, okay, so the gradient color also is still the same thing. Okay, first, all right, you have to select the gradient from the toolbar here. Okay, right after when you select the gradient tool, okay, look at your option bar. Okay, you must look at your option bar. Okay, so this is the gradient panel. Okay, so generally, okay, you'll be having a few options: linear gradient, radial, angle, reflected, and diamond gradient. Okay, so this is the drop down here. You can just simply click. Okay, so what colors that you want to use? Okay, so usually this one is a swatch. Okay, they already created for you. If you want more, all right, you can simply all right, if you really need more gradient color, okay, again okay, selecting from here, from this panel. Okay, earlier it was paint bucket, right? Okay, so you have to keep on press. Okay, sometimes, okay, just now like when I see all right, whenever like when you mouse over, okay, only when you mouse over, right, this thing will become, all right. If you're, in order for you to see the subsequent drop down, okay, you have to use your left click. Okay, use your mouse, all right, left click, all right. When you keep press, then the additional tool will be appear. Okay, so change to gradient tool. Okay, once you change to gradient tool over here, all right, select the drop down. So either you can select any colors that you want from here, okay, or you also simply can click over here, the gear button here, okay, the action button. So it's still the same, okay, even if you want to click over here, all right, you can see, okay, whether what colors you want, harmonious color, metal, neutral, density, noise, okay, all these things is already, okay, you just have to click and then okay, all right, just click on okay. So these are a few colors, okay, they were given to you. But if you want to play around with your own color, all right. Okay, so I simply click again, all right. So let's say, all right, I just click at this color bar here, right. So once I done, so this is the gradient tool, all right. So this is a marker, okay. So if you want to change to different color, okay, make sure, all right, you have to remove some of the colors here, okay, if you want to add on some colors, okay. So for example, how are you going to remove all this marker here? Simply click and drag it down, click, drag down, okay, click and drag down. Okay, so this is a solid color. For gradient, okay, as I say, you must have, okay, A and B. All right, you should have a, all right, A and B. Okay, of course, you can add more. For example, okay, add more marker if you want to. Let's say I want to have like 4 colors. Okay, so I simply click the first marker. Okay, how I know that the first marker has been selected? All right, you can see the black color. Okay, the black color indicates that you have selected the first one. You go for the second one, the second marker will be selected. All right, so the first one, let's say, okay, see, yeah, sometimes it's very difficult for us to remember, okay, what colors that we want to use. Okay, so okay, and of course, okay, you can just click the color here. All right, mainly is the color combination. Okay, mainly is a color combination. Okay, it's not only me, okay, it's everyone. Okay, everyone having this problem. Okay, don't know what color we want to choose. Okay, whether this color we choose is nice or not. All right, all this thing might happen. Okay, so okay, before that, yeah, okay, let me stop the share for a while. Okay, I'm just going to look for some website. Just wait. Okay, I'm just adding a few links over the chat box. Okay, the last one, okay, is a bit, I mean, it's a color theory. Okay, so if you got time, all right, you all can just read it. Okay, so the, all right, okay, so okay, there's a, okay, we can see here. All right, there's Adobe Colors. Okay, so the color psychology. Okay, try to learn. Okay, okay, the colors always are matters. Okay, so takes time to to read it through. Okay, so yeah, all right, so this is what we call as a color combination. Okay, so oh, sorry, okay. Am I sharing my screen? Sometimes I also be confused. Okay, yeah, all right, okay, so the thing here is, okay, if you are using an Adobe Color, all right, if you're going to use Adobe Color, okay, because you cannot select the color, all right, you can't select the colors. Okay, the problem is because you need to sign in. Okay, this one is very important here. Okay, those who are using the what we call the personal use, okay, the personal use Photoshop, avoid registered on Adobe. Okay, avoid that, because I don't, they will track, okay, they will track down, and then they know that you are using the non-genuine software. Okay, so try avoid that. Okay, if you are using the genuine product, then it's fine. Okay, so okay, just because I share the Adobe Colors, okay, don't go and sign in here. Okay, if you sign in, that's it. Okay, because okay, they have a system to track down, okay, whether you are using the genuine or not. Okay, as long as if you are not signing, then it's okay, fine. Okay, but this is something like a trick, I mean a tricks that you can do it just in case. All right, if you want to know, okay, let's say for example, over here, okay, maybe you want to use like something like this kind of color. Okay, you have like a, like a gray, you have a yellow. All right, you got a few colors here. Okay, assume that you want to use this color. Okay, sometimes, okay, if let's say for other side, okay, you see here, if I go to this colorhunt.co, okay, they have a color code. All right, they're given you the color code here. Okay, so what you can do, you can simply click the color code. Okay, see here, when I click over here, the color code here is copied. Okay, I can go to my Photoshop. All right, go to my Photoshop. Okay, so over here, okay, the first color. All right, I simply paste it. Okay, these are the color code which is I copied earlier. Okay, the first one, I click OK. All right, go back to my okay, going back to my over here. All right, let's say I'm going to select the second color here, 79018C. All right, just click copy. All right, go back to your Photoshop, go to the second marker here. Okay, second marker, use your color. All right, and paste it. Okay, this is the second color. All right, so okay, that's why I say okay. Usually, yeah. All right, if you have something like a guidance, okay, what color you can choose is much more easier. Okay, even you want to, I mean, if you want to use your own design, okay, so you can have, okay, like we have a lot of things here, like a retro, light, dark, warm, okay, so you can just select from here as well. Okay, so let's see. All right, so the last one, okay, the last one looks a bit more darker. So, all right, so all, okay, this one, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now how I'm going to apply the gradient. All right, so it's not something like how you're going to apply it. Okay, like just now you're using a paint bucket, right? Okay, so for this, okay, once you already select the colors, the gradient colors that you already designed, okay, just click OK. All right, of course, nothing happened yet. All right, but then, okay, look at your cursor. Okay, you are seeing a cursor, okay, like something like a plus sign, right? Okay, so which angle you want to start your gradient, okay, from top to the bottom, or from, let's say, from the side to the bottom, it's up to you. Okay, so for example, let's say if I want to start from here, okay, I just draw a like straight line. Okay, just draw a straight line and let go, and you got the gradient. Okay, see, still okay, never done a good clean up here. Okay, so all right, so if let's say if you want to change the direction of the gradient, okay, so let's say now maybe okay from bottom to the top. All right, so okay, you can, let's say if you just do like a very short, all right, when you do like a short line, okay, you'll be getting like something like but if let's say if you drag from a bit far, all right, so you get the what you call all the gradients, okay, from dark and then light, okay, and the lighter one. Okay, so this is how, okay, you can apply the gradient. Okay, so again, all right, you can just simply copy it. But sometimes, yes, okay, you might be thinking, okay, how I'm going to choose this color. Okay, I don't have a, okay, you see, I don't have a color code. Okay, like something like over here. Okay, I can, I can mouse over, I can set the color, right? Okay, so over here, yeah, this one I just close it. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, trends. It's a bit time here, taking a little bit of time. Okay, let's see. Last time they have like more colors, okay, but then okay, this next. Okay, yeah, all right. See, yeah, okay, like sometimes, all right, you're not able to download it, all right. Okay, of course you can download, okay, as a JPEG. Okay, let's see here. All right, we can download as a JPEG. Okay, see, it's require you to sign in. Okay, I don't want to sign. Okay, but okay, if it just in case, okay, you don't know how to, get the color code. okay, each of your computer, all right, there is a snippet, okay. So like for example, okay, I can use my snippet here. Okay, it's a snipping tool. Okay, so I'm just using my. Some of you can use a snip as sketch if you want to. All right, the snipping tool it's okay for me. All right. Okay, so I just use my snipping tool here. Okay, I will copy this. Okay, I'll just select over here. Okay, I'll just copy the color. Okay, so once I copy, okay, so what I'll do, okay, I go to edit, copy. Okay, just edit and copy, and I go to my Photoshop. Okay, just go to the Photoshop. Okay, and paste it here. Okay, just paste it, and you can see the colors. All right. Okay, let's see. Yeah. All right. I'll make it as 100%. Okay, this is the hand tool, right? You can use your hand tool to move around. Okay, so how I'm going to get this color? Okay, if I go back to the website, right? Okay, I'm not able to get a color code. Okay, I'm not able to get a color code, but somehow, okay, I feel like, okay, I like the color. Okay, but I still need the color. Okay, so how I'm going to detect what color they are using it? Okay, the color code. Okay, just now you see, right? Okay, when when we are using the color hunt. Okay, so there is a code. Okay, there is a C. Okay, 344 CB7. Okay, these are all the color code. So you won't get the same color code. All right, with each color code have a different color tone. Okay, so assume that for this you don't have the color code. All right, so on your what you call on your toolbar here, this eyedropper. Okay, there's an eyedropper here. Okay, sample color from the image. So you can use this eyedropper tool. Okay, and let's say right after when I click over here, okay, the color will be selected. Okay, so I will be get the color code. Okay, let's say I'm trying to get the yellow color. All right, so I simply click on the yellow color. All right, using the eyedropper. Okay, use eyedrop tool. Okay, click over the yellow. All right, and then it will be applied on the foreground. Okay, so whether you want to apply the color, okay, so you can just simply select from here, and of course you can use your paint bucket, or you can use your the gradients or anything, okay, to apply it. Okay, so this is something like where you can trace out, okay, if you want to use certain colors which is you don't have the color code. All right. Okay, so let's say if I don't want this, okay, I'll just remove it. Okay, so I've just removed the background color. Okay. All right. For the next 1 hour time, okay, I'm going to show you how to we can add on a background color. Okay, sorry, the background image. All right, and then how you can do some adjustment on your background image. All right. Okay, so this is a bit important. Okay, hopefully that you all can concentrate. Okay, I know that it's a 4 o'clock. Everyone will be like, I feel a bit sleepy. Okay, I know that. Okay, I've been also last time I used to learn. Okay, some I have to sit like 6 hours after the lunch. That's it. I'm gone. All right. Okay, so let me. Just make it. Okay, so in order for me to add a new background or something, all right. So first of all, I'm going back to my Pixabay. All right, I'm going to Pixabay. Okay, let's say building. Okay, let's see what building that I can get it. Okay, just need something over here. Okay, maybe I can use this over here. All right. So let's say, I'm just going to use this background here. Okay. But again, this adjustment layer, which is I'm going to show you. Okay, because since we have 1 hour time, I will just show you roughly. Okay, but of course, for you to match, you need to match the background. Okay, because from here already. Okay, the background looks a bit darker. All right, the background looks a bit darker compared to this image here. Okay, this image looks brighter. Okay, this looks brighter. Okay, so once you already apply this image over here, you need to make, you have to do some adjustment. Okay, so I will show you. Okay, because this adjustment can take a little bit of time until you find a way, something like to tune it. Okay, so I'll just show you the way. So when you have a time, okay, so you can just practice yourself. Okay, so for this, okay, I'm just going to use this image. All right, so let's say, okay, I'm using this, okay, 1920 by 1080. Okay, so just download. Architecture, and then okay, let's say if let's say, yeah, because currently whatever things I download, okay, it's go to the download font, I mean a folder. So I simply copy it, and then all right, I'll just go to my lesson plan here, okay, and then I just paste it over here. All right, so and then I just rename it, okay, make it this one as a BG, okay, so that I know that okay, it's a background. Okay, okay, so how I'm going to bring this image, okay, over here. All right, so let's say, okay, again, I make it more smaller a little bit. Okay, and for this, okay, I might just using okay, I'm not going to use all. Okay, just one model is enough already. Okay, so I want to bring the object, the what we call the background, which is I saved earlier. Okay, so this is what you can do. Okay, there's a two ways of doing it. Okay, there is a two ways of doing it. Okay, I will show you the first way. The first way is, okay, I can go to file. Okay, I can go to open. All right, so this is the BG here. Okay, so open. All right. Okay, see here, each time when I bring what you call the JPEG file or anything, the first one is always be locked. Okay, so when it's locked, I can't do anything. Okay, so you can just simply unlock it. Okay, so it doesn't matter. But again, if you're not using it, okay, of course you can always lock it back. Okay, so it's not an issue. Okay, either you can lock it or you can just unlock it. Okay, all right, so I have two ways. Okay, either I can bring this image to here, or I can bring the model, okay, from here to here. Okay, so how I can do it? Okay, so generally, okay, let's say, okay, I'm going back to here. Okay, the model here. All right, so this is the BG, which is I have on my another tab. All right, so on the model here, okay, I right click on the model. Okay, right click on the model. Okay, duplicate layer. All right, remember just now I shared with you the duplicate layer, right? Okay, so the duplicate layer, okay, you can duplicate within your, okay, within your tab. Okay, so meaning that, let's say if I want to duplicate this model, okay, into another layer. All right, so I can simply press Ctrl J. Okay, it will duplicate within the same layer. Okay, but if I want to duplicate this to another artboard, okay, to another artboard. All right, so I can just right click. Okay, duplicate layer. Okay, so do not click OK. Yeah? All right, if you click OK, then it will duplicate within the same artboard. Okay, but we want to duplicate to another. All right, so this is where you have your destination. Okay, under the destination, select the BG. Okay, select the BG and you click OK. All right, so if you want to know, okay, whether it's already been it's been duplicated to other. All right, so it's here already. Okay, right, so again, okay, let me tell you one more time. All right, okay, so you either can right click, okay, duplicate layer, okay, and the destination, okay, the destination you must select the BG. Okay, you select the BG. All right, and you click on OK. All right, so this is one method of adding adding the object or the model, okay, to another background. Okay, so another method is, all right, you can use your file. Okay, go to file. All right, you have a place embedded. Okay, click on the place embedded. Okay, but before you click on the place embedded, okay, what you need to do is, okay, you must select the, all right, the empty layer. All right, this is the empty layer here, right, the layer 2, which is I created. So I have to choose the layer 2. Okay, go to file, place embedded. All right, and this is the BG. Okay, I simply click on the BG and I click on this. Right, so I can just just in case, yeah, I can just apply it. Okay, so if I want to I have like some additional spaces here. Okay, use the crop. Okay, and then just have to crop it. Okay. This is a second method of, either way. Okay, either you can open up your background, okay, in another artboard, and you bring over your object, okay, or the model. All right, just bring over your model, okay, into the another image. Okay, or you can just simply, okay, create a new what you call a layer. All right, but make sure the layer must be before the model. Okay, so and then you place the what you call the image. Okay, so it's very straightforward. Okay, but now the next thing is how you're going to do some adjustment on the color of tone here. Okay, so you can see clearly, all right, the tone, okay, it might be not matched enough. Okay, the color tone is might not match enough. Okay, so over here, okay, let me, right, I will just increase the size. Okay, so far all okay, right? Okay, so if you have any questions, okay, please let me know. All right, so I hope that, okay, changing the background, okay, there's no any issues. Okay, it's very straightforward. Okay, so the next thing is, okay, adding your adjustment. Okay, like for example, okay, changing the color tone, which is you can reflect according to the background. Okay, but again, all right, if you can see, okay, I'm not doing a correct the selection. Okay, still there's a white color. Okay, so this is thing. Okay, usually it will take a little bit of time, okay, to do the selection, okay, until it works perfectly. All right, okay, so now the adjustment layer here. All right, you can see we have like a pattern. You have a brightness and contrast, level, curve, exposure, vibrance, okay, hue, saturation, color balance. All right, we have like a few things over here. All right, the same thing, okay, the same thing you also can find under the image adjustment. Okay, okay, whatever things that you are seeing here, the brightness levels, okay, curve, exposure. All right, the same thing you can select. Okay, you also can select from here. Okay, but what's the difference between this panel and the other panel? Okay, so okay, this thing, okay, you all need to understand it a bit. Let's say, all right, if I'm using a adjustment, okay, from the image tab. Okay, so first, okay, I'm select the model. Okay, I'm selecting the model. Okay, I'm going to image. All right, adjustment. All right, let's say, okay, I'm using the brightness and contrast. Okay, so let's say I'm clicking on the brightness and contrast. So over here, okay, what I need to do? I need to increase the brightness, or I need to increase the, I need to increase or decrease the brightness. What I supposed to do?
Decrease the brightness.
Okay, I need to decrease. Okay, I need to decrease the what you call the brightness. Okay, so to, oops, okay, so you can you can play around with your what you call the slider here. Okay, to make it more your what you call that what you call the intensity of the brightness. Okay, whether of course this one looks more brighter. So you want to make it more darker, you have to bring it down. Okay, same goes to the contrast is working in opposite way. All right. Okay, see, yeah, all right. If you bring it lower, okay, it's making like a more brighter bit. All right. So that's why I said, okay, brightness and contrast. Okay, for brightness, you have to bring it down. Okay, to adjust the contrast. Okay, the what you call the intensity. Okay, the contrast you have to work in the what you call in the other way around. Okay, so if you want to make it like a more darker, you have to increase a bit more. Okay, so this is something like you can do adjustment by using the brightness and contrast. Okay, now, okay, but make sure, all right, if you're when you do the changes, if you're not seeing the changes, you need to make sure that you already check the preview. If your preview is not checked, then whatever the changes that you are done is you will not able to see the, okay, whenever that you are changing the brightness and contrast, you won't able to see it. Okay, until you need to click on the preview. Okay, so let's say when you click OK, all right, I already click OK, all right, but then I felt like, okay, I need to do some adjustment again. Okay, I'm still I don't satisfied with the contrast. Okay, I need to I need to reduce more. Okay, so how am I going to reduce? Okay, the changes is already applied. Okay, the changes is already applied. So if I'm going back again to image, all right, adjustment, okay, again, brightness and contrast. See, it's come back to original, okay. Of course, okay, you see the changes has already been applied, okay, changes has been applied, but when you already click OK, okay, once you click OK, you cannot revert back, okay, you can't revert back, okay. You see it's come back to a original state, okay. So again, okay, you have to know, you have to make it like a darker again, all right, but this is not the way of doing it, okay. So let's say if I just cancel it, okay, so let me just undo back, okay, I'm back to my, okay, again, all right, if you are using the mode from here, okay, the adjustment only can be, okay, once you already click OK, you cannot revert back, okay, you cannot revert back, okay, but that's another way of doing it, okay, I will tell you later, okay, all right, okay, again, that's another way, okay, another way is by using your what they call your adjustment layer, okay. So let's say, okay, I come back to here, okay, brightness and contrast, okay, so I select from here the same thing, okay. So again, okay, now you see here, all right, over here what is happening is applying to, okay, is applying to the model, and also is applying to the background, okay. I try to reduce the what they call the brightness for the model, okay, but over here what is happening is, okay, it is actually applying to entire layout, okay, the model and also the background, okay. So this is where, okay, you have to use the check adjustment, okay. This adjustment affects all the layer below, okay. So meaning that when I check this, right, let's say once I check this, so there's one, you can see there's one arrow, okay, again, uncheck, okay, the arrow is gone, okay. I checked again, okay, the arrow is back, okay. So meaning that this, okay, this brightness and contrast, okay, it tied with this model, okay. You must have this arrow here, okay, this arrow must show, okay, at this model, okay. If you are unchecked, that's it, okay, it will apply, okay, any layers, okay, any layers at the below here, okay, the model, the building, or anything that you have at the bottom here, okay, the brightness and contrast will be applied, okay. So if you want to just apply it on the model, make sure just apply it on the, okay, apply it, okay. First you have to click on the check, okay. Now let's say, okay, so now you can see it's only applying on the model, okay. Right, so let's say now I done, okay, so I close it, okay. Once done, okay, that's it, okay, okay, just close, okay. Then I can just go a little bit more, okay. Let's say I have a level, okay. So brightness, okay, as everyone knows, okay, let's say you want to make it from bright, you want to make it a bit more darker, all right, a bit more dimmer, all right. So that's the purpose of using the brightness and contrast, okay. Level and curve, okay, is almost the same, okay. So for example, let's say if I'm choosing the level here, okay, same thing, okay, you also have to apply, okay, only for the model, okay. You're not going to apply, okay, on the entire layout, okay. So do not forget, okay, you must click the, all right, only for the model, okay. You see here, when I when, let's say when I uncheck this, okay, uncheck means is, okay, is what it says that, okay, this will be applied to entire screen, okay, it will apply on the entire screen. You have like a graph here, okay. So right after, if let's say if I checked, okay, when I check this, okay, it's only applied to the image, okay, only way is applied to the model, okay. So now you can see, okay, because just now, okay, that is having a graph, okay, too many graph, right? That's because you have like many objects at the back, all right. So it takes the color, okay. Generally all this line, okay, is a color, okay. So since we only select the subject, okay, so now the colors is reduced, okay. So okay, I can use the white color, okay. This one is already the dark area, okay. If I want to bring it here, it will become more brighter, okay, which is I should not do that, all right. I want to make it more a bit more dimmer, okay, like a bit more darker, all right. So the black color, all right, remember The black color is indicate the dark area. Okay. The white, okay, the white that you are seeing is, okay, is represent the bright area. Okay, so the question is, okay, you want to make it more darker. Okay, so you should make it darker on the bright area, not on the darker area. Okay, because the darker area is already good. Okay, so now I'm using the white color over here. Okay, I'll just make it more darker. Right.
Vijay, how
Yeah.
do you get these properties again
Okay,
to this
all right.
graph?
Okay, so these properties, okay, you have to, okay, again, all right, is on your adjustment layer here. Okay, level.
Okay.
Okay, again,
You click at the
okay, again,
no, okay. How
Okay.
do you get this when you click only for the model? I don't get that window.
Yeah, all right. So what do you do? Okay, when you select from the adjustment layer, okay, where is your adjustment layer? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's on the fourth button. Okay, so simply click on the adjustment layer. All right, and then, okay, currently I'm using a level. Okay, so I'm going to choose as a level. So simply click on the level. So what happened here is, okay, see when I do a changes, it's applying to all the photos. Okay, I just want to apply it on the model. You should able to see a checkbox here. Okay, the first one at the bottom here. Okay, you need to click on the check. All right. So once you click on the check, okay, when you checkbox this, okay, then you can see it's only applied on the model.
Okay. Okay, that one.
Yeah.
So if you click on that, it will only.
Yeah, just you have to click this. Okay, you don't have any other settings. Just simply select, just click on this checkbox. Okay, so once you already click at this checkbox, okay, on your layer, okay, go back to your layer, and you should able to see, all right, like something like a button here, okay, like a arrow. Okay,
So actually don't choose lah. Sebab kalau you click.
You have to choose. You have to choose. If you don't choose, you see it will apply to all the you see here. I currently want to apply, okay, this this contrast. Okay, I want to apply only to the model. Okay, I just want to apply, okay, only to the model. All right. So if I, let's say, okay, if I'm not check the if I'm not check this button, all right, so what will happen is, okay, any changes that I play around with this graph here, okay, it will be applied on the model and also on the background image. Okay, so currently, okay, my objective now is, okay, I just want to apply, okay, on this model, okay, not at the background here, okay, only the model. Okay, so that is why, all right, you should select this one. Okay, see when I select over here, all right, now, okay, the background backs to normal. Okay, the background backs to normal. Okay, now I can do an adjustment for the model. Okay,
Vijay,
so,
what
yeah.
about if the other way around, if I just want to adjust the background instead of the model?
Okay, what do you do? All right, let's say, okay, once you've done this, right, let's say you just close it. Okay, you just have to close it. So now let's say you want to do adjustment for the background, right? Okay, select the background here. Okay, select the background layer. Okay, so once you've done once you select the background layer, okay, go back to your adjustment. All right, go back to your adjustment. Okay, go back to your level here. Okay, select the level.
We need to do it separately, right?
You have to do it separately. Yes, correct.
Okay, all right, noted.
Okay, and of course, okay, don't always forget, okay, because sometimes you all, I mean, based on my previous, okay, sometimes, okay, they say that, okay, Vijay, I've already done the changes, but then why it's applying to all the layers. Okay, I just want to apply for this as specific layers. Okay, so that is why, okay, you always have to remember this the magic box here. Okay, do not forget. Okay, anything that you want to do, all right, make sure that you select it. Okay, once you select, now you can, okay, whether you want to want to make it more darker, all right, of course you can make it more brighter if you want to. Okay. So once you're done, all right, then you can just close it. Okay, now, all right. Just now, okay, I will show you all right, okay, how to use the, I mean, using the image, you go to adjustment and then from here. So anything that you have done from here, okay, you cannot revert back. Okay, so over here, okay, by using the adjustment layer from this tool, okay, you have the flexibility. Okay, so for example, okay, assume that you want to change the, you know, the contrast for the subject. Okay, so you know, you can just simply go back to your model here. Okay. Okay, this is your model. All right, there's a level and brightness. Okay, let's say you want to increase a little bit the brightness. Okay, I can just double click the brightness. All right, and so I can just add that. Okay, same goes to here, level. Okay, simply okay, I can just double click the level here. All right, and okay, so you can just try to play around to match the background, okay, that you have. All right, so that's why, okay, this adjustment layer is very important. Okay, that's why, okay, this one, okay, what's the difference between image adjustment and versus a layer adjustment? Okay, I think Zul, I think this one I explained just now. Okay, if let's say, all right, if you are going to apply, okay, if you are going to apply from here, okay, any changes that you apply, you cannot revert back. Okay, okay, let me redo back again. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's say, yeah, okay, so you're asking the difference, right? Okay, the difference here is, okay, this is one, okay, this one I'm using the adjustment layer from here. Okay, so if I want to change the contrast or if I want to do any changes, okay, after I already applied the level or brightness, okay, saya masih boleh go back to the level. Okay, I can just double click and I ubahkan dia punya percentage or, you know, the contrast or anything. Okay, I still can play around. Okay, tetapi if let's say kalau I pakai what they call the, okay, it's not applied, just forward, yeah. Okay, okay, katakan, okay, I gunakan an image adjustment. Okay, so let's say, okay, I'm using for at this, okay, at this point here. Okay, katakan, okay, I'm going to adjustment layer. All right, let's say, okay, I'm using the, okay, maybe a photo filter. All right, I'll show you how to use a photo filter. Okay, let's say I'm going to use the photo filter for the background. Okay, so I just apply the background here. Okay, go to image adjustment. Okay, photo filter. Right. So that's a density. Okay, so I can change the tone. Okay, according, okay, like a warming filter. All right, or red. Okay, so whichever field that you want to have. Okay, like the cyan, sepia. Okay, all these things. Okay, you know, when you take a picture by using your mobile phone, right? Okay, I'm not sure whether you all remember. Okay, sometimes there's a sepia. Okay, deep red. Okay, so all these things. Okay, like underwater. Okay, so of course, okay, and also you can reduce the density. Okay, so let's say once you're done, okay, then you just apply. Okay, just apply. Okay, now zoom. Okay, let's say, okay, I feel like, okay, maybe the blue, okay, the blue thing is okay, maybe it's not match. All right, I want to change. So let's say I go to image. All right, I going back to my, you know, adjustment layer. All right, if let's say if I'm going back to my photo filter, all right, you see, it start back again. Okay, it start back from the beginning. Okay, so it's meaning that I can't change. Okay, I can't, you know, I can't cancel the what you call the underwater. Okay, I just now I choose underwater, right? So I'm not able to revert back to a original. Okay, I'm not able to select underwater and try to do the adjustment. Okay, that's a difference, okay, between using the image, all right, using the image from here, okay, image, all right, and then adjustment. Okay, if you're going to use this image in adjustment, all right, so you won't be revert back. Okay, so if you are using this method, okay, if you are using this method, okay, then you always can go back. Okay, like for example, let's say here, okay, I'm apply underwater to the background, right? Okay, so let's say, okay, I'm choosing the background again. Okay, So going back to my photo filter, all right, and let's say, okay, deep blue. Okay, so just changing to a deep blue or okay, like underwater. All right, so let's say increase. Okay, so you can see, all right, it's already applied. Okay, not to all the area, but certain area that you can see. Okay, so let's say once I done, and then I just close it. Okay, so I applied a photo filter, right? Just now, okay, if I go back to here, okay, I'm not able to select back, okay, the photo filter, okay, the last setting yang saya pakai, all right? But over here, I'm always can double click. Okay, when I double click, see, it's always can, okay, I always can change it. All right, let's say if I want to make it as orange, okay, maybe yes, okay, orange looks good. So I just make it as orange. Okay, this is just like to make it your pictures that have any pictures that you have, okay, to looks more vibrant, okay, to adding more okay, like sometimes, okay, you want to make it image looks more stronger, right? So you all can use the adjustment layer.
Vijay,
Yes.
for the filter, you have to create new layer again, is it?
Okay, for the filter, okay, all right, don't confuse, yeah. Okay, for the filters, okay, you do not have to create a new okay, you don't have to create a new layer. Okay, this is what you have to do. Okay, watch carefully. All right, you have the BG. Okay, this is the background that I'm using, right? Okay, so I'm not creating any new layer. Okay, I'm not creating any new layer, but instead I just selecting the background here. Okay, I'm selecting the background here, and from this tool, okay, let's say, okay, again I'm using the what you call photo filter, right? So I'm just using the photo filter. All right, so it just apply. It's just that you have to select the at this checkbox, okay, to apply the background. Okay, so let's say you just need to play around, okay, the what they call the density. Okay, so how much density that you want. All right, you can just play around. Okay, or if you want to have your own color, you can just simply select the color and from here. Okay, so of course you can't choose the gradient colors. Okay, all like okay, so okay, of course, okay, you need to know, okay, what kind of colors that you are choose. Okay, so you don't have to select you don't have to create a new layer. Okay, all right, but this is very important. Okay, this is very important. Okay, sometimes, okay, you all want to add on some you want to add on some filters, right? Okay, currently I'm just using a photo filter. Okay, that's one. Okay, let's say, okay, I want to continue back. Okay, I want to add another one. Okay, let's say maybe let's say hue and saturation. Okay, so if you have anything, okay, let's say a multi filter. Okay, let's say you want to use a multi filters more than one, make sure do not click the image anymore. Okay, remember this. Okay, only for the one time. Okay, only for the first time you must select the image. All right, you select the image, okay, so that the filters knows that you are selecting this layer. Okay, you are selecting this layer. You don't have to create a new layer. Okay, you don't have to. All right, simply use the BG, the background, which is I have. Okay, so I have, okay, let's say I'm choosing the photo filter. Okay, so once I done, okay, let's say I'm choosing a violet. All right, so and then I close it. Okay, I'm changing the density, make it more purplish. All right, and then I just close it. So now let's say I just want to add on more. Okay, when I want to add on more, just keep continue. Okay, do not select your background and then you start back. Okay, you don't have to. Okay, you don't have to. Okay, but sometimes, all right, you might going back to model. Okay, do some changes. Okay, so once you've done some changes, okay, then you want to come back to your BG layer. Okay, you want to come back to BG layer and you want to add some filters. Okay, so what you do, you have to select the photo filter. Okay, you must select the photo filter. Okay, and from here, okay, so try to, okay, let's say vibrant. Okay, check box. All right, and okay, So this is how you actually play around. Okay, I know it's actually it's a lot. All right. Usually, okay, I will do a training. Okay, like always like 3 hours. Okay, so like so that okay, you don't cramp too much. Okay, on your head. But this one, like 6 hours. Okay, so I know it's a lot. All right. So obviously, okay, I don't have a notes. Okay, for this. All right, because it's always in my mind. Okay, so all right, you always if you feel like you want to play around, okay, and then you missed out something, okay, so all right, that's fine. Okay, you can just you can WhatsApp me. Okay, so usually I'll be sleeping around 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning. All right, just do some words. So if I notice there's any message over there, okay, then obviously, okay, I will reply to it. All right, so I know it's a lot. Okay, so I hope that you all can remember that.
Vijay,
Yep.
can I clarify something? Just now when you say when we need to add multiple filters, so just continue, right? Don't choose the BG.
Yeah.
Okay, and then next you mentioned in which condition must we click the photo filter layer before continue editing? Yeah.
All right.
that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Assume that. All right. Assume that. Let's say, you're already done with the, you're already done with the background here. Okay, the PG. Okay, you have done. All right. So if you haven't done, okay, if let's say if you haven't done, then make sure you continue without clicking any layers. Okay. So you just have to follow. When you select the adjustment layer, then automatically, okay, like for example, okay, I will show you again. Okay, to make sure better understand. All right. So using my BG, okay, going back to my photo filter, all right, and choosing like cyan. Okay, so once I done, okay, I just apply it. Okay, so before that, okay, I just apply to this background. So I'm just closing. Okay, so I done one filter. Okay, I have done one filter. Okay, so let's say I want to continue. Okay, so if I want to continue, so I don't have to click anywhere. Okay, just simply go back to my adjustment layer. Okay, let's say I want to adjust my exposure. All right, so let's say, okay, just change my exposure. Right. Okay, so once I done the exposure, okay, so let's say, okay, I just check for the background here, right, and then I close it. Okay, so currently, okay, for the background, okay, for this BG, I have two filters. Okay, so now let's say, okay, I want to adjust something, okay, on the model. All right, so I'm going to model now. Okay, so okay, let's say, okay, for the model, okay, let's say assume that I'm going to adjust the level. Okay, so just make it darker. Okay, so once I've done the changes, all right. Okay, all this thing here, all right, you need to play around, okay, until you got the proper texture. It takes time. Okay, nobody's okay, you can do it in just in one day. Okay, all right, it takes time, okay, to digest. Okay, why there's three buttons here. Okay, so you see this all these buttons, okay, is represent the color tone. One is a brighter side, one is a darker side. Okay, so you have to know. All right. Okay, so let's say once I've done the changes, I close it. Okay, so now I want to come back to BG. Okay, so if I want to add back, okay, if let's say if I want to add back any colors, right? Okay, or maybe I just want to add back the filters. All right, so I simply select the exposure. Okay, the exposure is the last. Okay, it's actually on the come first. Okay, then only the photo filter. All right, so I select the exposure. All right, I just continue from the exposure. Okay, the reason why, if let's say, yeah, okay, if you created something on the photo filter, okay, in between the photo filter, there will be a changes. Okay, the tone will be changed. All right, so that's why I said, okay, if you feel like the photo filter is fine, okay, and then you add on the exposure, okay, and looks good. All right, but you need to touch up something. Okay, so if you add in between, okay, let's say if you add in between any filters, the tone will be different. Okay, the tone will be different. For example, okay, so let's say, all right, if I'm going to vibrance. right? So you can see, right? Okay, it's only okay. It's okay when I put as vibrance. Okay, only like certain area. Okay, is affected. Okay, so it's up to you. All right, whether you want to come. I mean, if you really want to continue in between. All right, so you need to know. Okay, what are the changes is getting done. All right. So let's say, okay, the same thing here. All right, if I'm just bringing the vibrance to the top. Okay, so let's say, all right. Okay, but still okay, all right. If let's say the tone is still retained, okay, that is fine. Okay, that is fine. Okay, but sometimes, okay, not for all. Okay, at sometimes, okay, when let's say when you change the position, okay, let's say vibrance, exposure, all right, the tone will be different. Okay, so that is where you need to make sure. All right, you have to be very careful of that. Okay, so this is the changing the vibrance, exposure, and color filter. Yeah, yes, Anis, I'm on the LinkedIn. Okay, so you can just search. All right. Yes, sure, Hugh, you can do that, no problem. Okay, so you can just, okay, this is my LinkedIn, all right, so you can just edit, all right. Okay, so this is a little bit on the adjustment layer. Okay, of course, there's a lot of things, okay, we can do in adjustment layer. Okay, so that is why I was given you a 2 files, okay, earlier, all right. So that's one is actually it's aquarium, okay, that is what we're going to do on next week, all right. So the aquarium bulb, okay, it's actually it's one of the famous practical, okay, for all the Photoshop user, all right. So whoever start the Photoshop, okay, for the first time, we are using that, okay, the bulb, okay. If I'm not mistaken, okay, I will share with you this one. Okay, if you can see a bulb fish, okay, the splash water underwater, maybe some those who are using a Photoshop for quite some time, okay, they might know, okay, what this tutorial is all about. Okay, for for the new one, all right. So so generally, if you see the bulb, right, okay, you need to do a cleanup inside the bulb. Okay, you can see all the dirt, all right. You have to remove the inner part, and then you need to put inside the fish inside the bulb. Okay, the water, okay, there's a splash water. Okay, so you have to create like an aquarium, okay, inside the bulb. Then of course you have the background. Okay, how you going to change the background? Okay, with something like maybe like on the beach sand or something. Okay, so that is why, okay, now you are practicing the adjustment layer. Okay, so once when we're doing this, so at least you'll be getting some idea, okay, why we are using the adjustment layer. Right. So, all right. Okay. So at least, okay, if you all understand, okay, I'm really happy on that. Okay. So it's actually, that's why I say Photoshop sometimes, okay, it can be very technical. Okay. So it really need time. Okay. You really need time. Okay. To spend some time. Okay. So to practice, okay, on that. All right. Okay. So it's 4:46. Okay. We have about 15 minutes. All right. Okay. Before, okay, before we're going to close our shop, right? Okay, this adjustment layer, okay, hope that you all understand, okay, how this adjustment layer is work, okay. So adjustment layer, all right, you can use from this panel over here. So when you create a adjustment layer from here, you can change the settings as much as you can, okay. But if you are using from here image, okay, image adjustment, all right, let's say you are choosing from here, so you can't do the the what you call, if you want to change the settings or anything, all right, you can't, all right. But there is always a way. Okay, you see, Photoshop, there is no something like a one way or two way. Okay, sometimes Photoshop giving you a multi ways. Okay, for you to work it out. Okay, that is how flexibility it is. All right. Okay, again, okay. Yes, Yiping. Okay, actually, I'm going to come to that now. Okay, the place embed. All right, I'm going to, I'm going to, explain to you. Okay. Remember, okay, in a Photoshop, there's one we call as a smart object. Okay, again, for those who are using a Photoshop, they might be, they might know what's a smart object all about. Okay, but for the rest, first time you're using the Photoshop. Okay, that's a smart object. Okay, what is mean by smart object? Okay, so okay, I'm going to go back to here. Okay, so let's see. Let me just layer. Okay, so the smart object, all right, it's something like what you call one thing is, okay, it can make your picture, all right, let's say, all right, if you just when you create a picture, like something like like you go to file, you open the picture, okay, or you open up the image, all right, you can see here it's just a normal image. Okay, it's just a normal image. All right, if I use an eraser, okay, if I use an eraser, oops, sorry, okay, if I use an eraser, you see I can, I can destroy the image. Okay, I can destroy the image. All right, so if the same thing, okay, I can, I can simply use my rectangle tool, okay, and then, I select and I can delete. So literally, okay, I can, I can, destroy the image. Okay, so from, like by using an eraser and all that. Okay, this one, if I say, if I just go to file and open the image. Okay, but now, okay, let's say, all right, I'm removing the background. Okay, I'm removing the background now. So I go to file. Okay, place embedded. Okay, I place embedded and I'm choosing the BG. Okay, so of course, okay, it's okay, I need to bring in the model on the top. Okay, see here, all right, over here, okay, you can see something like a smart object thumbnail. Okay, again, all right, if I just, all right, if I just use the, okay, if I'm just using the image, all right, okay, if I just go to open, all right, and I open the image from here. Just wait for a while, yeah. So let's see, all right. Okay, let me delete first, all right, so that you don't get confused. Okay, so this is a smart object. Okay, let's say open. All right, so let's say all right, I'm just going to, okay, the BG is already here. I already saved it, the BG. Okay, so assume that, all right, maybe this one, okay, over here. All right, so let's see if I have some other images or not. Go to download. Oh, sorry, it's a video format. No wonder it's taking a time. Okay, now I can just go for some other image. Okay, so let's say we go. Okay, so I'm just picking up any kind of image. All right, so let's say download. Okay, so right. So let's say, okay, if I'm just going to my file, open. All right, so River. Okay, this is what I downloaded earlier. Okay, so I just click on open. All right, Okay, so you all can see, all right, it's nothing. Okay, it's just a normal ordinary thumbnail. Okay, it's just a ordinary thumbnail here. Okay, so if I'm using a, okay, let's say if I'm just using my eraser, okay, so I simply can, erase, okay, and I can do anything. Okay, so generally, okay, the image, it is not secure. Okay, it's not secure, the image. All right, but at the same time, okay, if let's say, okay, if I go to file, okay, place embedded, okay, I place embedded, okay, let's say river, okay, just I open up as a river, right? It's an ordinary, okay, it's a normal picture, okay, where you can erase, okay, so it's not secure. Okay, so let's say I'm using a river now, this the one I download. All right, so let's say just apply it. Okay, so of course the model should become on top here. Okay, so now assume that I want to use a eraser. Okay, I'm using the eraser. See, it's locked. I can't do anything at all. Okay, the smart object must be rasterized before proceeding or edit. Okay, so I can't do any editing here. Okay, even for example, if I want to use a rectangular marquee tools, okay, let's say if I want to select or maybe I want to delete, it's locked. Could not complete your request because the smart object is not directly editable. Okay, so what's the best part of using the smart object? It will retain the quality of the image. Okay, so like for example, okay, so let's say, all right, assume that, okay, I just want to increase it a bit. Okay, see the quality, all right, obviously, okay, earlier I will say that do not expand your image. Okay, do not expand your image. Okay, so if let's say when you expand your image from here, okay, sometimes, okay, it will be distorted. All right, but the smart object, okay, but again, you need to know, okay, on which level that you are expanding the image. Okay, of course, okay, let's say do not increase like a 20 or 30%, okay, additional. Okay, of course it might not work. Okay, so like for example, you see I got some extra places here, right? Okay, so I can, okay, since this one is actually a smart object, okay, so I can just, okay, increase a little bit more. Okay, so the quality is still okay. All right, but other than that, okay, what actually I can do it? Okay, is it just like just to to secure the image or what? Okay, there's more than that. Okay, for example, okay, if I, let's say, if I go to my image, all right, adjustment. Okay, just now I said, okay, if you are going to use the image and adjustment, okay, it's just like a one-way traffic. Okay, so once you do adjustment, you cannot revert back. Okay, but if you are using a smart object, okay, if you are let's say if you are converting your image as a smart object, then you can use your image, all right, adjustment as much as you can. Okay, like for example, okay, let's say I'm applying let's say a black and white. Okay, just apply a black and white. All right, so once I'm done, okay, I just click on okay. Okay, so the background has changed as a black and white. Okay, have you all realized, okay, when I just now when I applied the the adjustment, right? Okay, I don't have this one here. Okay, it's just applied directly on the image and I cannot revert back. Okay, I cannot revert back, but by using the smart object, I always can go back to my black and white. Okay, I can I can just revert back, or okay, I can just simply double click again. Okay, over here. Okay, just wait here. My laptop also is getting slower. Yeah. Okay. See. All right. So let's say if I double click, all right, I'll be getting back the things. Okay. This is what I mean. This is one beauty. Okay, by using the Photoshop when you're converting the whatever the shape that you have as a smart object. Okay. So there's no any restriction. Okay. You actually we'll advise more. Okay. whatever things that you want to do, convert into a smart object. Okay, so simply because, okay, let's say here, all right, even for example, okay, if you're using a filter from here, okay, when you're using a filter from here, okay, so let's say here, all right, I'm applying a filter. Okay, this one is not a smart object. Okay, over here I'm creating a smart object, okay, for the new background. Okay, so I have the another one which is I mean I just upload it in the normal way like we did earlier. Okay, so I just go to filter. Okay, let's say here blur gallery. Okay, so I have a like a fill blur here. Okay, let's say I just select this. Okay, so okay. I will teach on the filter on the next class. Okay, so we may not have time, but then you can give a try if you want to. Okay, so let's say okay, just make it more blur. So once I done, okay, and I just have to click on OK. All right, I just click on OK to apply the some kind of a blur. All right, okay, but again, okay, so see, once I apply the blur, I can't revert back. Okay, that is the problem when you are using a normal image. Okay, but if I right click, okay, and I convert to smart object. Okay, right click and I convert to smart object. Okay, so let's say again, I go back to my filter. Okay, so let's say I just now was on gallery, right? Okay, now see now we are trying to use something like tilt shift. Okay, if you're all using the older Photoshop, okay, you don't have this option. Okay, you have a filter, okay, but you don't have the blur gallery. Okay, the what you call over here. Okay, so so this one is working like a slider. All right, so I mean how far we want to make the blur. All right, so let's say right, so once you're done, okay, and simply click on OK. Okay, so you can use this kind of filter tools. Okay, let's say you know if you're a photographer. All right, so you can just play around with it. Okay, see here. All right, I convert this one as a smart object. Okay, when I convert this one as a smart object, okay, I'm always can go back to okay my gallery. Okay, so I can, you know, whether I want to adjust the blur, all right, or the distortion. Okay, so I can just add back. Okay, like the light. Okay, so you can see certain area wherever that is like a split, like there's light there, so you can just apply it.
So Vijay,
Yes.
prior to applying anything, so the very first moment when you download the picture, you should right click to make it into convert into smart object first,
Smart
right?
object, yeah. That's why I say,
alright.
yeah, it all depends. Okay, sometimes okay, we don't have to convert to a smart object. Okay, if you don't you know, if you don't do any editing on the background. Okay, but if you're doing any editing on the background, okay, so any object, okay, okay, that whenever that you create, you can make it as a smart object. Okay, the only purpose of using the smart object, okay, so that you can, you know, how to say, okay, you can you know, secure your photos. Okay, you see, all right, sometimes I know we might use the eraser. Okay, we may erase. Okay, or let's say the filter. Okay, because most of us, we want to use the filter more oftenly. Okay, so if you don't convert your image as a smart, you know, like a smart photo, okay, or smart image, all right, so anything that you're going to apply, it will apply it one time. Okay, it will only apply it one time, and then you cannot revert back. Okay, so by having the smart object, okay, you always can revert back as much as you can. Okay, so that's the purpose of using the smart object. Okay, but smart object also, okay, you know, you can combine. Okay, you can combine the two images. Okay, you can combine two images as a smart object. Okay, so for example, okay, let's say, okay, I got these two images, right? Okay, I can select this both. Okay, I can select this board. I can just right click, convert to smart object. Okay, so it's become as one. Okay, but how I'm going to edit? Okay, it's 5:02. Okay, just about 5 minutes. Okay, so I will explain more in details. Okay, on this smart object on our next class. Okay, so but meantime, you also can do some research. Okay, or maybe on the search on the internet. Okay, so how you all can use the smart object effectively. Okay, so like for example, okay, I'm already convert these two image as one. Okay, but I still can double click. Okay, I double click the smart object. All right, I can get back my file. Okay, so I can just do, all right, I can just simply I can add let's say hue and saturation, or maybe a black and white. Okay, I just apply the black and white. Okay, for the for this lady here. Okay, so once I done, all right, so you see here over here it has a different format, PSP. Okay, I will explain this on later. Okay, you don't have to get confused. Okay, so once I done, I just simply click on close. Yes. All right, so whatever the changes I apply, it will apply on this one. Okay, the only thing is once you convert to smart object, you want to edit anything, you need to double click the smart object so that you can open back your source file. All right, okay, so actually it's a lot of things. Okay, all right, I'll try to elaborate more a little bit. Okay, on the smart filter. Okay, so it's 5 o'clock. Okay, I know that you all tired. Okay, so again, I already share with you my mobile number. If you all have any questions or anything, okay, you all can you can WhatsApp me. All right, so yeah, okay, so that's all. Okay, so let's see. All right, no worries. Okay, I used to do that. Okay, so okay, thank you, Zul. Okay, everyone, thank you. Don't have to call me sir. Okay, as I said, so you can just make it, I mean, just VJ as enough. All right, so I'll see you again next week. All right, have a good day. Okay, so yeah, okay, stay safe, and yeah, it's a blessed Sunday, and tomorrow is working days. Okay, so have fun, and I'll see you again next week. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, everyone. You're welcome. And I'm going to end. Okay, I'm going to stop the share.